All right, we live. We are live. What's up, YouTube? We're gonna get cracking in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, family. Let the beat build. Let me get a few people in here at least. Let me entertain with some music for about 10 minutes. What's up, boss man and Donnie?
You wanna love my body? I know I'm sexy. It's the way I move hypnotically that make you wanna party. See, I hang just right and got the moves all down. Don't be home alone. The party's on the town. Feel like I wanna strut my thing. Feel like I wanna. Feel like I wanna strut my thing. Feel like I wanna. Susie's waiting 17.
The DNA of life. That's on circumstance. Bang, I hear you.
Class at 35, you're so sexy. They know to keep my love in. They got to keep me satisfied. See, I love to be loved. Taste me with those eyes. Finger licking good, but that's no surprise. When you're hot, yeah. Feel like I wanna strut my thing. Feel like I wanna. Feel like I wanna strut my thing. Feel like I wanna. Feel like I wanna strut my thing. Feel like I wanna. Feel like I wanna strut my thing.
This is Strutting My Thing by a group called Ozone. Old school funk group.
I wanna. Mirror, mirror, there you sit, never to tell a lie. Tell my ego once again, I'll find a guy in my. Turn it time, tell me what did you see? Have a rose another morning, handsome lead. Feel like I wanna strut my thing. Feel like I wanna. Feel like I wanna strut my thing. Feel like I wanna. Feel like I wanna strut my thing. Feel like I wanna. Feel like I wanna.
Matter of fact, that song Circumstance, I use that for my business commercial for Moringa. What's up, Magic Mike? Y'all don't remember this. You got to be OG to remember this song. If you don't remember this song, you ain't OG.
Where rhythm is life and life is rhythm, man. Here the tropically sensuous beat makes you want to do things most self-respecting people could be arrested for. It's not uncommon to find yourself throwing caution to the wind and yourself to the floor. The heat and excitement is somewhat reminiscent of a Calcutta sauna. Here today, groove away. Feel the beat. It's so neat. Hit the town and party down.
I don't know if y'all remember this, but there's a song called The Wicca Rap, right? Wicca. W-I-K-K-A. The Wicca Rap by The Evasions.
Where it's at. Laid back. What's going on, brother?
Not a hell of a whole lot.
Love one another. One nation under a groove. This is some of the lingua franca of the funk business. And people come from miles around with an almost religious devotion to get on down.
Don't pick around, it's what it is. Gotta get into views. Don't pick around, it's what it is. Just gotta get into views.
As you can see, it's all too easy to get wrapped up in the Polight.
DNA alike, born in 1991. I'm old enough to be your dad. I graduated high school in 1987. Right, 91. So you wasn't even born during the Rodney King riot.
The hand claps and the bass throb erotic, and the piano tinkles invitingly like so much crushed ice into a dry martini.
When this song stops, I'm coming.
Utterly far out, man. It don't matter if the lyrics don't scan. You bad mother,
Shut your mouth.
they may say, but you know the right one. Strut your stuff,
Stretch stuff,
take the smooth
take slow,
with the groove.
with the groove.
Get on down,
Get on down,
yes, party down.
party down.
Get laid back with your bad self. One time.
Hey, excuse the way I'm eating, but it's hard to use a fork or a spoon on this. It's a bell pepper cut in half, but got meat and shit inside of it. I forget what they call these things.
Don't pick around, it's what it is. Gotta get into views. Don't pick around, it's what it is. Just gotta get into views.
In the last few years, funk has become an industry. And one thing's for sure, this industry is full of fun. So as they say here, everybody say whoa. I said whoa. Thank you. So fundamentally, it's a question of moving your wings, making your do. You know how good it feels. Walk long, proud and tall, cause the writing's on the wall. Shake your booty, do it all, have yourself a good time.
Good times. We all have good times. Leave your cares behind.
1, 2, 3, 4, get your woman on the floor. You gotta get up to get down, so really go to town. Don't stop till you get enough. Wanna rock with you and shake your stuff. Boogie nights where it...
This is another one. Here I come right now. coming right now. Hold on. Said he need a sanctified lady. I need a sanctified lady.
Some girls don't, some girls will, some girls won't. Oh, love. Some say yes, some say no, some say stop, some say go. Some girls cheat, some girls lie, some girls freak, some girls cry. Some like her, some like him, some like that, some like him. What I want, a sanctified man, keep me warm. Ooh, a sanctified man, keep me home. A sanctified man, keep me home.
All right. Enough of that funky stuff. What's happening, YouTube? What's happening with my YouTube family? We got a nice little topic today, and I just wanted to rehash an old debate I had with the bitch ass pedophile brother Polight and his homie SANETER, because I had to go against both of them. Right? Anytime I'm in a debate, Chief X is always debating his opponent, and he's debating the moderator. Because the moderator is always biased. The moderator picks his homie and thinks his homie got the win. Nope. And not with Chief X. Same shit when I debated Ishmael Bey on Taharka Bey's channel. I had to spank and debate Ishmael Bey, and I also had to debate the fucking moderator, Taharka Bey. Shit, and spank both of them. 2 against 1, no problem. Truth wins all the time. What's happening? Let me turn my tablet on so I can see the comments and shit. Right? Hold on. Hey, this is going to be a very educational and informative presentation, because I know a lot of you guys don't know this information. A lot of it, some of the information be new to me, so I know you guys don't know it, right? Bear with me. Okay. What's up, Donnie? Donnie Williams, the boss man, the DNA of life, Magic Mike. Let's go. Before I go any further, I just would like for someone to type a 1 in the chat so I can make sure I'm heard. I've seen brothers just go in on a presentation and they going in for 10, 15 minutes and nobody heard a word. So that ain't gonna be to me today. So I need some. Okay, thank you, Magic Mike. Donnie Williams, thank you, y'all. What Larry say? Larry said it's common knowledge that meat protein is far superior to plant protein. Why is this even a topic? You know what, Larry? You're 100% correct. I don't know why this is a topic, and this is why I had the debate. I couldn't let my black family walk around in ignorance because they're part of a cult, in cult life, in cultish. I couldn't do it. I'm watching all my homies who are science-based, like me, who are science people. I'm watching them just ignore the reality and ignore the facts and not double down on it and correct people. So I say I'm a truth teller. I got to keep it real. And this Dr. Sebi veganism thing then just flooded the black community. They get it from white folk. Confused white folk. Not science-based white folk. And these black vegans then went totally crazy. I know what it has to do with, because a lot of vegans are dealing with mental health issues. But that's another topic. They need some fucking fat in their brain. That's what it is. They need some meat or dairy protein and some fat. Vegans suffer from mental health issues and anemia more than any other group, if you didn't know that. Larry, I had to clarify for people. And also, we're going to clarify this. 30 grams of protein in a plant-based food is not the same as 30 grams of protein in a meat. It's a different quality. And this is a point a lot of people don't know. People just think protein is protein. No, there's different qualities of protein. What's up, Ascent of Phoenix? Shout out to you. So we got 12 in the building. Let me just go ahead and start off and share my screen. And the system audio. So let's just delve into. No. Hold on. Come back to me. So here's the thing. Me and Brother Polight. Hold on. Let me show off my t-shirt before I go into this. Y'all like my t-shirt? Whiskey. You know I'm a proud black American. Right? I'm an American and a proud black American. Whiskey. Elijah Craig whiskey. Whiskey's probably, and beer is probably, and I don't drink much, but I just been on a whiskey kick. Because whiskey is healthier than any other alcohol. Give you some game again. Whiskey, not that it's healthy, but in a sense, you have to agree. Whiskey is less harmful than any other alcohol on the planet. And has some health benefits. I got the Elijah Craig whiskey. I got the Howler Head Monkey. Not the Howler Head Monkey. Howler Head whiskey. But there is a monkey called a Howler Head Monkey. Origins in North America, right? This is my favorite drink. This is a seriously quality whiskey. I don't like it, but it's a quality whiskey. Howler Head. Dana White, the president of the UFC, this is his brand. A lot of people don't know that. This is Dana White, the head of the UFC's brand, Howler Head. So whiskey, bam. What else is on here? Steak. Man, I'm eating that beef. And we talking about meat. And we're going to talk about steak today. Guns. Wait a minute. You know, I keep one on the hip. And freedom. I'm free. I'm free. If nobody told you today, all y'all listen to me, you free. Negroes. You don't have to fight for liberation. You know a lot of people in the conscious community. Let's get liberated. Liberation is near. Huh? Oh, y'all are slaves is what you're telling me, huh? I'm no fucking slave. I'm a free man. Matter of fact, I'm a runaway slave who got free. Nah, but I don't need to be liberated. I'm fucking free right now and liberated. I can do what the fuck I want. Huh? Let me show you what I can do. That's why passport. I can book a flight right now to Russia. I can book a flight to Africa. I can book a flight to Asia. Go anywhere. Nobody's stopping me. Why? Because I'm a free man who can go anywhere he chooses at any time he chooses. Y'all can seek liberation. I'm liberated. You see the psychology? Right? It's psychological. Most things are psychological. Oh, it says she was made this comment, young lady or a young man. Said, Chief X, did you catch that whooping Pastor Bennett put on Chris Harris? Man, listen here. I was going to make a video strictly about that, but I'm just going to briefly give my opinion. I've told people 2 years ago, Pastor Bennett is undefeated. Pastor Bennett has spanked, ragdolled, body slammed everybody who's been in his fucking face. People like, Chief, he's a Christian pastor. Why he? That don't matter. He knows how to pick a topic and agree to a topic and elaborate on the topic. A topic is always key in a debate, as you'll see as we continue. Whoever makes the most profound points to prove the point they're making, they're winning the debate. Pastor Bennett has smacked up Brother Reggie big time. Pastor Bennett has smacked up Tazariak. Pastor Bennett has made 2 people quit. He made Tazariak quit. Yes, he did. SANETER's covering for Tazariak, and Tazariak made this juice his wife went into labor. I coordinated the times. He was lying, and SANETER helped him lie. He did not stop the debate because his wife went into labor. That was later. After the debate. Y'all just didn't catch the lie. Y'all believe any motherfucking thing. And he made Chris Harris quit. Second round, quit. Nigga said, fuck it. I'm done with this debate. Pastor Bennett whooped Polight so bad, and y'all don't even know. Pastor Bennett beat Polight's ass so bad, embarrassed him so bad, like I'm embarrassed Polight. I'm gonna show you in a minute. And it was on Garfield's channel, and you know Garfield calls Polight the GOAT. He's on tape calling Polight the GOAT. These niggas love pedophiles and frauds and shit. I'm trying to tell you. Art calls Polight his boy. They love these niggas, these pedophiles and these crazy motherfuckers. So, for attention seeking, everybody does it for views. Niggas will sell out for views. He whooped Polight so bad that on Garfield's channel, that Garfield had to take the fucking video down. The next day, Garfield took that video down. That's why a lot of people don't see it. Ask Garfield why he took that video down. And nobody sweated Garfield about that shit. It's because this Christian pastor, Pastor Bennett, beat the brakes off of Polight. Had Polight stumbling and going crazy. And I mean, it was just embarrassing. Pastor Bennett beat the brakes off of Uncle Keck, the God killer, Uncle Keck. Beat the brakes off of him. I'm telling you. Pastor Bennett's an amazing debater. Pastor Bennett, I'm going to tell you this. When I debate, I said I want the best. I've turned down debates. Chris Harris called my phone one day. Called my cell phone. Chief X, I'll debate you on Black Egypt. Egypt was black, such and such and such and such. Chris Harris. I said, how did this motherfucker get my phone number? Some fool gave it to him. But I'm like, I think about it. You know, I said, I'm cool, I'm good. Did you watch? I said, you didn't even watch my presentation. But you want to debate me on my presentation and never even watched it. Like what is, like, I don't take on these debates with these niggas with mental health issues. And Chris Harris has mental health issues. Chris Harris sounds sharp and has a vocabulary, can sound like he's coming off intelligently. But when you really listen to what the nigga's saying, just shut your fucking mouth and listen, you will see this nigga ain't making no sense in anything that he says. The dots don't connect. When Polight talks, like, Polight be just going in. And to a dumb motherfucker like a lot of y'all, he'll sound intelligent. But to smart niggas who know better and who have a vocabulary and who actually listen and who's not starstruck, we listen. And we say, this got to connect with that, got to connect with that. You got to connect the dots. Or else you're just pontificating and jaw-jacking. Yeah, Garfield took that video down. He was trying to save Polight. He was trying to cover for Polight. I don't know why all these hoe-ass niggas cover for Polight. These niggas hate Jabari, will go in on Jabari, talk about Jabari, and Jabari ain't even thinking about them, but will never go in on Polight. I mean, like, I just never understood it. I've never liked Polight day one when he came on the scene. I'm an ex-realtor. I told you the first time he came on the scene, walking on videos on SANETER TV, talking about this real estate, and you can buy a property, you can get these properties for free, I mean, $100, and you can get a fucking property and all this land. I said, this motherfucker's a snake. You niggas was like this. Goo goo gaga, goo goo. I always knew. I've been the first niggas to expose Polight. And the rest of these clowns. I was the first, absolutely first person where 99 out of 100 people was mad at me for exposing Dr. Umar Johnson before any nigga had a clue. Oh, G-Fix. Oh, no, you tripping. Oh. Okay. Now look at today. Now you know for sure. Both of them niggas is frauds. Crazy. They don't like Jabari because Jabari gets all the attention. He is touted as the GOAT by SANETER. And since these niggas kiss SANETER's ass and always want to be on SANETER TV and in his face and shit for attention, they want to seem like they're the GOAT. Everybody's in competition to be like the next Dr. Ben or the next John Henry Clark. Niggas trying to be multi-geniuses and shit. Everybody's jockeying for positions and shit. That's all it was about. Niggas jockeying for position. And Jabari got in position and spanked every goddamn body and nobody beat him. And he just has a better argument. It doesn't matter who's technically... Well, let me not say that. Everybody's jockeying for position. And Jabari is the alpha dog. Pastor Bennett is like me. We omegas. Fuck an alpha. We not betas. Me and Pastor Bennett are omegas. Jabari's the alpha dog. Not that he's just some masculine. Intellectually, he's superior than all them cats. Not that he's right, but he's makes a better argument. He couches his arguments perfectly. I debated Jabari. The 2 times I've been on SANETER debating, it's who I call the best. But I was going to say, Pastor Bennett is one cat I would not debate. First of all, we don't have a topic to debate on. Plus, he's so goddamn good, I wouldn't go there. We can talk about, and this is all these cats' mistake. This is why Pastor Ben and Jabari don't mess with each other. See, the Omega is, I'm an Omega. We ain't trying to be the Alpha. I'm not trying to lead a motherfucking thing. I'm not trying to lead you. I'm a loner. I used to have Chief X the Lone Ranger. I'm a loner. I've always been a loner. I've always been skeptical. I don't join groups and cliques and shit. Even though I got my flashpoint with the Nation of Islam, I still wasn't suited and booted or a registered Muslim. But I would go to the mosque every motherfucking Sunday and sit down. I'd sit down just like they do. I'd be in there like this. Sitting, that's how they sit. I'd be at all the fucking study groups and shit they have at Malik's bookstore and shit like that. But I never registered and got suited and booted, so I watched and observed. That's just the way I do things. Right? So, I forgot my goddamn point. Oh, on Omega, see, Omega's the kind of cat that he walks up into the party with the baddest chick, floss for a minute, let everybody know he's the man, and he bounces. We're loners. We have alpha attributes, but we don't care to lead or be followed or what have you. We want to just show by example. And the rest of the pack don't fuck with the Omega. They respect him. And the Alpha respects the Omega. And just the Alpha don't fuck with the Omega. He respects the Omega. He fucks with everybody else. So the Omega's in the dog pack doing his own thing. That's what the Omega is. He don't give a fuck about all that y'all bullshit y'all going through. He's just in his own lane doing his own thing. And he got attributes of them all. That's the Omega, Donnie. Yes, everybody either want to be the Alpha or or you a Beta if you're not an Alpha. What about the other ones? I'm the Omega. See, I'm different. I'm thinking outside the box while y'all can only think Omega and Beta. Okay. I just went all off on a tangent. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's just go ahead and go into this discussion. Me and Polight had a debate 3 years ago. And the title was plant-based diet versus meat diet. Specifically, the topics was plant protein versus meat protein. Plant iron versus meat iron. So the debate was about protein and iron. Which one is it better in? Meat or plant? I took the meat side. Steaks, motherfucker. Steaks! Love me a steak. And Polight took the plant-based side. Vegan. Dr. Sebi bullshit. Here I am, science-based. And they are hustle you out your money based. So, I wanted to add a few videos because I've been into health and I've lost 15 pounds lately. I've been on the body transformation mission. My stomach's flattened. You know what I mean? I've been doing strictly calisthenics. And I'm looking nice up under this shirt. If I come out this shirt, you watch it. I'm a wife's dream and a husband's nightmare. You hear me? Let me stop. Okay, so let me share my screen. Oops. Okay, where do I want to go? Let's start with this one. And then at the end of this brief educational moment, then I will play maybe 20 minutes of the debate and show you that Polight never even presented on his 3 turns he had to present. He never presented. But 90% of the people said he won and beat me. This is why I had said that I'm debating Polight and SANETER. And I'm debating these niggas who's groupies, who I thought was science-based. But I seen they fraudulent too, and they was just on Polight's nuts. So we're going to clearly see who won, and then y'all going to say, what the fuck was wrong with me? How did I even think Polight won? Because you niggas was Polight groupies. A lot of y'all fronting now that he got caught up in allegations, but you niggas been groupies all the time. Telling you. Okay. Let's listen to the brother. He says, protein is not protein. So, before we go, with plant protein, it's incomplete protein. With plant iron, it's incomplete iron. With meat and dairy, it's complete protein and complete iron. See, y'all fucking with incomplete shit as a vegan. Right? So there's you can get complete protein from a vegan source from only a few things. And you guys don't even eat these things that much except quinoa. Quinoa and hemp seeds, you can get complete protein. But it's not like you niggas is eating quinoa and hemp seeds every day. So you're not getting it. You can front and lie to people if you want, but you're not eating quinoa every day. So you're not getting complete protein every day. And you rarely are fucking with hemp seeds. Prove it, X. Okay. Let me go here first. No, let's just go.
Protein is not protein. For example, did you know that 30 grams of protein from one food could build less muscle than 30 grams of protein from another food? Or in a person who requires a minimum of 50 grams of protein a day for healthy body function, 50 grams of protein from this would not actually meet their protein needs. This is important because the body requires protein for all kinds of things to stay healthy, anything from building bones to making hormones. And data from NHANES suggests that 40% of Americans...
Remember he said that protein affects different things besides just muscle. Remember that because we're going to come back to that.
Aren't even hitting their minimum protein requirements. Okay, so how can 30 grams of protein not be 30 grams of protein? Well, we absorb and utilize certain proteins better than others. There's a scoring system called DIAS, recognized by the FAO, that tells you the quality of a protein. Animal proteins like cow's milk, boiled eggs, beef, and chicken breast are all considered high-quality proteins because they are very digestible and have high amounts of all the essential amino acids. Plant protein powders like soy or pea are of a lower rank, but are still good quality proteins.
Paused. So, I don't know if people were thinking I was saying that you can't get protein from all these different plants. No, you can get protein from them plants. It's just not a quality protein. It's not a complete protein, but it's protein. Okay, you have to understand this. Vegans are not as healthy as they think.
Another good rank protein is baked chickpeas. However, many plant proteins, for example rice, lentils, peanuts, almonds, and wheat, are all considered poor quality proteins. People often just assume 18 grams of protein from chicken is the same as 18 grams of protein from lentils, or a peanut butter sandwich, or some eggs. But here's something you might find surprising. 50 grams of protein per day is the minimum protein requirement for adults. And if you look here, most of these 103 countries get most of their protein from plants, and they're hitting their 50 grams a day just fine. But plant proteins aren't digested as well. So if you incorporate the digestibility of the proteins, far more countries are just under the 50-gram requirement. Now, if you account for the fact that many plant proteins don't provide enough of one or more of the essential amino acids, and therefore that protein can't be fully utilized, then it turns out that none of these 103 countries are hitting the 50-gram protein requirement. Now, these countries could certainly hit 50 grams of utilizable protein by simply eating a lot more plant protein. In developed countries, we simply eat a bunch of protein.
You can't, vegan, I love you, veganista, but you cannot. These are feelings. These are emotions. I'm giving you facts, and we're gonna you have to just really I'm giving you facts. I wouldn't lie to you. Anything I say is trying to assist you. So you can remain vegan. I don't have anything against veganism or vegans. But you have to learn how to put the right combinations of foods together so you can get complete protein throughout your days. You can do it, but I'm just trying to tell you because I know I had an ex-girlfriend was vegan. I've been having these vegan debates. Vegans do not know what the fuck they're doing. I'm not saying you don't, veganista, but I'm saying the majority of vegans do not know how to put a combinations together to make a complete protein. So you'll have like 9 essential amino acids. You might just be getting 4 of them with this food, 2 of them with this food, but you got to put the combinations together where you get all 9 from different sources of plant-based food. You get what I'm saying? So most vegans don't know how to do this. I've met one intelligent lady she was an intelligent vegan. She knew how to put combinations together because she studied it and she was a nutritionist. But a lot of vegans are anti-science. This vegan just happened to be science-based. And she understood and agreed with me. And she said, she was agreeing, you have to learn how, and she tells me most vegans do not know how to put these combinations together to make themselves have complete protein. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So if you don't know how to do that, you might as well I tell vegans, at least have salmon once a week. At least just do that. Okay, so let's continue.
In total, so this is less of an issue. But research suggests that protein quality may still matter. In a study looking at height of men in 105 countries, they found that in developing countries, the height of men correlated with protein quantity. Unsurprisingly, the challenge in developing countries is having access to enough protein. However, in developed countries where people eat plenty of protein, the quality of the protein they were eating is what mattered for height.
In 15 public schools in Brooklyn, we will be instituting Meatless Mondays.
Let's hope Mayor de Blasio at least adds an extra soy protein shake to lunches on Monday, especially considering another March 2021 study looking at 187 Polish children found that children not eating meat, a high-quality protein, were 3 centimeters shorter and had weaker bones. Protein quality comes down to amino acids.
I had to pause this. Miss Tiffany made an important statement. She said, also, you got to eat way too much food when you're a vegan. You have to focus on food entirely too much. And that is true. So, if certain things, sometimes, you know what? It's going to be explained by a doctor coming up. So just let me shut my mouth and just play this.
We don't just need protein, we need all the 9 essential amino acids that protein source provides, and they each have important functions. Just to name 2, leucine is a very important amino acid for muscle growth, and tryptophan is a precursor for making the hormones melatonin and serotonin. So DIAS scores are considering how much and how absorbable the essential amino acids in a...
This is important. I guarantee you 9.5 out of 10 vegans do not know this information right here. I guarantee you that.
Food are. And how absorbable the essential amino acids in a food are. Here's an easy example. Say you're trying to gain muscle in the gym. Both leucine and essential amino acid content are important for that. Soy and pea protein powders do have a decent amount of well-digested amino acids, but still, to match the leucine content and essential amino acid content of 25 grams of whey protein, you need 40 grams of soy protein or 38 grams of pea protein.
See?
This protein quality issue may be why this study found that
Oh, damn. He mentions a little bit right there.
women not eating meat have leptin. You need 40 grams of soy protein or 38 grams of pea protein. This protein quality issue may be why this study found that women not eating meat have less muscle mass than women who do eat meat, even though they ate the same total grams of protein.
I ate my 10, 15 eggs a day. You know, I had my 250 grams of protein a day. But as I got older, I recognized the fact that you really don't have to get your protein from meat. So we started going more in a direction of a vegetarian kind of a diet.
Of course, plant foods have various benefits other than just protein, but the recent very popular film The Game Changers, backed by big names like Arnold Schwarzenegger and James Cameron, makes it sound like you can get all the protein and the essential amino acids you need from only plant-based foods without much effort at all.
For example, 1 cup of cooked lentils or a peanut butter sandwich has about as much protein as 3 ounces of beef or 3 large eggs.
Now, recent research says the old 50 grams of protein a day recommendation was way too low, and that a 62 kilogram or 135 pound person needs at least 75 to 100 grams of high quality protein per day. So if you eat 75 grams of protein from animal foods, then you've met your protein requirements because most animal proteins have a DIAS score of 100 or higher. However, since lentils, for example, have a DIAS score of only 54, 75 grams of protein from lentils would only cover a little over half of your protein requirement.
Bam. Y'all need to hear that again? Let's just hear it again.
So lentils for 2 grams of protein, 62 kilogram or 135 pound person needs at least 75 to 100 grams of high quality protein per day. So if you eat 75 grams of protein from animal foods, then you've met your protein requirements because most animal proteins have a DIAS score of 100 or higher. However, since lentils, for example, have a DIAS score of only 54, 75 grams of protein from lentils would only cover a little over half of your protein requirement. But nobody eats just lentils, and you can combine foods to make up for the essential amino acids other foods lack.
Bam. You see what I'm saying? So people were thinking, like, oh, if I get 30 grams of protein from this salmon and 30 grams from this lentils, we're equal. Nope. One's a less quality protein. So people got to eat a little more, to measure up. And this is why a lot of vegans are overweight. I'm like, how are these vegans so fat?
So it's really good that people typically eat a variety of proteins in the same day, because if you're not getting enough of one amino acid, you can't properly utilize the other amino acids. Cornflakes cereal has a very poor DIAS score of 19, and it is very lacking in the amino acid lysine. However, milk has a very high DIAS score of 114 and has plenty of extra lysine, so if you eat your cornflakes cereal with milk, like most people do, then the DIAS of your breakfast is actually 89.
Bam. Now, also in the Polight versus Chief X debate, we were supposed to talk about milk. Is milk nutritious or not? Right? So I did a little brief presentation on milk. Milk is nutritious as fuck. There's no other thing that you drink that's more nutritious on the planet than milk. I said that you drink. That's why milk is a quality protein. Now, people are lactose intolerant. It may not be good for them, but if you're not lactose intolerant, it's nutritious. Now, even if you can't deal with milk, you still got the quality protein out of it, but you may be sitting on a toilet with diarrhea. It's not harming you, but it just made you run. But you still extracted the nutrition out of milk. So milk is nutritious. That's why babies should drink it. But as you get older, it may cause some problems to your health and, give you the runs and shit like that. You don't need it when you're older. But when you're older, that's why I buy lactate milk, because I'm lactose intolerant. So I buy lactate milk and drink that, and I don't have no problems with no runny stool. So I'm getting my nutrition from the milk without having a runny stool. I showed milk was important. Now, you don't want to over-consume milk. That's the issue. But having milk with your cereal or whatever you having milk with, like when I eat a piece of cake or pie, I need some fucking milk. It's just something that I have a craving for a taste of milk after eating cake or pie. So I always have a half-gallon carton of milk lactate milk in my refrigerator. If I eat something fucking sweet, which I haven't been lately because I'm on a diet, I down it with some milk. So I'm having milk every 3 days, so it's fine.
Also, eating lentils with your millet will improve the protein quality of the millet. But unfortunately, as this 2021 paper shows, as the percentage of plant protein in the diet goes up, the overall protein quality of the diet goes down. In this study, even athletes who are following a vegetarian diet didn't end up getting the minimum recommended amount of protein. The vegetarian athletes were getting enough protein in terms of total protein, but they only utilized 89% of the protein they ate, so they missed the lower end of their protein target by 10 grams and the upper end of the target by 22 grams of utilizable protein.
Okay, bam, let me just pause it, but you have to stick this in your head too. Meat and dairy protein is more easily digestible than plant protein. That's another third reason why it's a better source of protein. Although you can get protein from both, it's just a difference in the quality. And one is digestible better. This is just the facts. I'm sorry.
Now, 89% is actually not bad, but as vegetarians, they would be eating high-quality proteins like dairy or eggs. So if they were vegan, we would expect their overall protein to be a lot lower than 89% utilizable. The solution for these athletes is quite simple, really. They can just add another scoop of soy protein powder a day. But it was surprising to me that even these athletes, who I imagine would be very calculated with their protein, could be missing their recommended protein intake. With the right knowledge and diligence, yes, you can meet your protein requirements on a vegetarian or vegan diet. But you need to make sure to pick the right proteins.
What are you eating?
Let's go back to this example.
Now, he said you can get, just like I said, you can get complete proteins if you know how to put the right combos together. And so vegans lean on that. But if they're honest, they know goddamn well 90% of vegans are not putting the proper combinations of foods together to get complete protein. They know this. But they're in their feelings and they're in emotions so much to prove this is better than that. They will lie. They'll lie to kick it. Lie to fit in. You know what I mean? 90% of vegans are not getting complete protein. I know. In hindsight, I can look at my ex-girlfriend who was a vegan. And there's she had anemia issues. She would be fucking cold at night when I'm fucking warm. In my head, I'm saying, you need to eat a steak, bitch. In my head, I'm saying, bitch, eat a steak. But I didn't want to say that, while we're together. But, that's what she needed. She had anemia problems because she's a fucking vegan. And she didn't put the combinations together right.
For the game changers.
1 cup of cooked lentils or a peanut butter sandwich has about as much protein as 3 ounces of beef or 3 large eggs.
So yeah, technically you get the same grams of crude protein from a peanut butter sandwich, a cup of lentils, a 3-ounce steak, or 3 eggs. But let's look a little closer. Here are the diet scores of these foods. Boiled eggs are 113, beef is 112, lentils are 54.
Pause! By the way, if you didn't know, eggs is the best quality protein out of any meat and any dairy. Eggs, quality of protein, is even better than fucking steak and salmon. But not a big difference. But I'm just saying it's very, very slight if you just wanted to know.
Roasted peanuts are 43 and wheat bread is 29. Wheat and peanuts are both limiting in lysine, so even if you combine them, their diet score couldn't be higher than 43. So let's say you start off with a peanut butter sandwich. Here's the amino acids you're getting. so we'll want to make up for the poor lysine content of the peanut butter sandwich. So you can add some lentils, which have plenty of lysine, and this will have increased the overall protein quality of the meal. But now you're still quite low in methionine. So then you add some edamame, boiled soybeans, because they're one of the best plant sources of methionine. But even then, you're not getting that much methionine relative to all the other amino acids. So that's the amino acid you're getting from 54 grams of protein from these plant foods. Now compare this to what you get from just eating 3 eggs and a 4.5 ounce skirt steak. Well, at first glance, you can see that with the plant-based meal, you have to eat 245 more calories to get less essential amino acids.
Okay, there we go, Tiffany. Did you hear that? That's what they're talking about. Listen again. Let me rewind that.
And you get... Well, at first glance, you can see that with the plant-based meal, you have to eat 245 more calories to get less essential amino acids. And you get a better balance of the amino acids from the animal proteins. So the point is, if you're not eating meat, you'll need to get a variety of plant proteins every day. Dr. Lane Norton did his PhD dissertation on the critical role of the essential amino acid leucine in building muscle. He discussed in this video here how, despite the game changers being all about athletes and performance, they glossed over this very important topic. So with 54 grams of protein from steak and eggs, you're getting 5.3 grams of leucine, but only 3.7 grams from the plant-based meal, meaning you'd have to eat almost 1,200 calories of these plant foods to match the leucine content of the steak and eggs meal, which is only 570 calories.
You can get enough protein from vegan sources of protein, but if you're using whole food vegan sources of protein, you are going to have to eat a ton of them.
Something like 59% of children globally aren't given eggs, seafood, dairy, meat. And the WHO says the best foods for the...
Thank you, Dana. Yeah, well, with y'all better hit that like button. Matter of fact, share this shit. Don't you think black folk need to know this? Don't not share it because it's Chief X and you're scared of your social media friends because you're sharing Chief X's shit. Get some balls. Share this shit. Black folk need to know. Black vegans need to know. And people need to be educated. Y'all share all kind of other crazy shit. Share this.
Them are the meat, eggs, dairy, seafood. Now they say it in a footnote. In the text they say high quality, right, or nutrient dense or something like that. But down in the footnote they specify.
I had a chat with forage agronomist and animal nutritionist Dr. Peter Ballerstedt, who has been a key voice on this protein quality topic. In fact, his detailed presentation on YouTube called "When is Protein Not Protein" is what got me interested in this topic.
Now, let me just pause this. Now, I don't think you guys ran across anybody in the... See, I was saying this in the debate with Polight 3 years ago. People are just catching up to what I was saying today. Nobody in the community has ever told you it's the quality of the proteins. They just tell you protein. I mean, some may have, but they have... Anyway, let me play.
In that presentation, he gets into a lot of important nuances. For example, processing plant foods can lower the protein quality of that plant food. For example, we don't just eat wheat, we process that wheat into bread, and that processing actually worsens the protein quality.
And so we make whole wheat bread, we cut that value in half, because all this processing inactivates, makes unavailable the lysine, which is already the limiting nutrient.
Interestingly, human nutritionists don't fuss too much about protein quality or specific amino acids, but for an animal nutritionist like Dr. Ballerstedt, hey...
Pause! That's why a lot of people don't know. Like, nutritionists will tell you. Like, friend, let me give you an example. You'll never hear any nutritionist ever recommend sea moss. Never will happen, because sea moss ain't shit. But give you some fucking minerals and shit, and trace minerals. That's it. Sea moss is way overrated. A can of sardines is 20 times better than drinking some fucking sea moss. Just trust me on this one. Throw sea moss in the trash. That's that vegan Dr. Sebi bullshit everybody's on. Okay? So a lot of times, a lot of nutritionists will just tell you as long as you're getting protein. But it's just cool and good. But she's an animal nutritionist. Listen.
Paying attention to protein amino acids, but for an don't fuss too much.
Inactivates, makes unavailable the lysine, which is already the limiting nutrient.
Interestingly, human nutritionists don't fuss too much about protein quality or specific amino acids, but for an animal nutritionist, like Dr. Beller said, paying attention to protein quality is just common sense. After all, animal nutritionists have been balancing the rations given to pigs based not just on protein, but amino acids for almost 40 years now.
Now, pause. See, people always hear me say, I've always for years used this one word, nutrient density. And I say the most nutritious foods on the planet, and when I say that, I mean nutrient density, are salmon, beef liver, and I say sardines. I'm going to switch from eggs, from sardines to eggs, but those are the top four in eggs, right? So, so what I mean is nutrient dense, meaning, hold on, meaning, an egg may have 20 nutrients in it, while kale may have 10 nutrients. Both great, but one is greater. One is more nutrient dense. You get what I'm saying? So, if I ate salmon, water, and eggs, I can pretty much live forever. I may have some deficiencies, but I can pretty much live. But if you eat kale, spinach, and apple and oranges only, you're going to pretty much die. And you're not going to live a year. You're going to be seriously malnutritioned. Because the foods I'm talking about has more nutrient density. It has more stuff in it that you need for your body. That's what I mean, nutrient density.
In fact, the FAO has suggested that maybe we should be putting individual amino acids on food nutrient labels.
Hey, T-Rex, if you want to drink sea moss, it's fine. It's not going to harm you. I'm just letting you know you're wasting your money and time. Because it's not that nutritious. It only gives you minerals. Like moringa. I sell moringa. So if anyone is to pump moringa, it would be me. Because I have an agenda. But I can be honest and tell you moringa ain't shit. It will give you some minerals and some trace minerals that you may not have gotten from a meal. But that's about it. It's the same as sea moss. Black seed oil, sea moss, and moringa are overrated health fads. That's just the bottom line. And if you're buying sea moss, you're wasting money. You just are. It may not harm you, but you're just totally wasting money. It's no protein in it. It's no omegas in it. It's trash. You know what? I'm not gonna say trash. It's just not nutritious as a lot of stuff that you can put before that.
This protein quality discussion is important not just because of the recent popularity of plant-based diets, but also, as Dr. Ballerson points out, more than 60% of our current global protein supply is already plant-based.
So humanity...
Oh, and by the way, the only reason black folk is drinking sea moss is because of Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi pushed sea moss heavy. So if you're into sea moss and think, we're cultish people. We're cultish. You've been in a cult. But today it's okay. Since you listen to Chief X, he woke you up and you've changed and you're a new man. Now you know.
Gets less of its protein supply from all animal source foods combined than it does from cereals.
Now, developed countries certainly eat much more animal source foods, so you might be thinking protein quality is an issue for developing countries. Well, as mentioned earlier, data from 2015 says 40% of Americans are not getting the minimum recommended amount of protein. And that is based on the old low recommendation of 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram body weight. But as we discussed, researchers are saying we need to get at least 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram. And that data from 2015 is only looking at total protein. So it's not accounting for the fact that some proteins are of lower quality than others. So we'd expect that more than 40% of Americans are not hitting their minimum protein requirements. Okay, but why would normal people not doing bodybuilding or competitive sports need that much protein? This is an important question, and it deserves a thorough answer. I'll be talking about this in another video, so make sure to subscribe. And you can catch me on Instagram, Twitter, or Patreon. The other day I was looking for a movie to watch, something protein related. But I kept running into the problem that some of the movies that looked good were not available for me to watch because I'm in Japan. Now, personally, I would rather not have my internet service provider be telling Netflix specifically where I'm located. That's where the sponsor of this video, NordVPN, comes.
All right. Let's move away from that. What's happening, family? Let's get back to Chief X. So, I don't take a lot of supplements, but let me just tell you what I do take. I'm going to show you what I take as a supplement to food, right? Bear with me. You guys should adopt this also. Let me show you. Now, I tell people to eat salmon at least once a week if you're a vegan, right? And put those combinations together. Like, I'm not against veganism. People think, oh, Chief X is... No. Vegan is cool. I mean, it's good for... Veganism is okay because most vegans are working out and are eating their fruits and vegetables, which is a good thing. They just may lack in forms of iron and protein and other nutrition and omegas and fat for your brain and shit like that, right? So, hold on. Can y'all hear me good? Because I think I'm sharing my screen. I have the videos playing audio checked. So I hope I'm heard good. But anyway, let me just show you, and I'm going to get back to teaching. Funny. So, I eat sardines. Maybe about once every 4 days. I really don't like sardines, but I do eat them. And at my age, I'm 52, I learned to eat certain things for nutritional content, not because I like it. You know what I mean? I don't like sardines, but I add some hot pepper to it. You know, I force down a can at night, maybe every 4 days. I've recently added cod liver. Now, when you look into cod liver, the omegas in both of these, omegas in here, big time. People eat cod liver oil. They say cod liver oil saved the Vikings' lives when they were bearing of food. The Vikings was on the water. See, you say Iceland, and they would catch fish and stuff. And some people say stories where cod liver and cod oil saved the Vikings' lives for certain lacks of nutrition, right? Cod liver, I don't think calls things superfood, but some people call cod liver and beef liver superfood because of nutrient density. So, cod liver in here also was in cod liver oil. Cod liver oil is nutritious. Hold on. video last night, right? About cod liver. Because I got it from Amazon, right? So what I did is I poured, once I opened the can, I poured the grease off into here. And put it in a mason jar. And I put it in the freezer. Now the reason I put it in the freezer is, this is a multivitamin in itself. The oil. So I ate the cod liver and I pour the oil in here. For days when I'm not eating cod liver, and I'm told you should eat this once a week. The nutrients in here you should eat. I mean, you need this. So the days I don't eat, I can take a spoon of cod liver oil. But I put it in the freezer because I don't know if you can see good. But when I pour the oil in here from the can, they have little bitty bits and pieces of cod liver in it. So you can see the little bitty pieces. So I put it in the freezer because I didn't want the cod liver to spoil or go bad on me. So I just put the whole fucking thing in the freezer. But it defrosts fast. So there'll be some days where I'll take it out and maybe just take a spoon of cod liver oil if I'm not eating cod liver. You get what I'm saying? This and this will keep you with a healthy brain, will keep you high amounts of vitamin A, high amounts of vitamin D. Let me see. Is it D? No. I'm sorry. Yeah, vitamin D, vitamin A, and some vitamin B. Now, I also supplement with vitamin D, but I was getting this because I wasn't fucking with this yet. But still, I do take a tablet of vitamin D every other day. But I get it from the sun also. But in the winter, I suggest people take a cap. But now that you know, you can take this in the winter. But if you're not, you can take a capsule of vitamin D. I also use ginger tablets. So the only supplements Chief X take is ginger, vitamin D. Maybe every couple of days I'll take some of this. It's supposed to help with testosterone in older men. Because when we get older, we lose testosterone. But I don't know. It's not scientifically proved. But I've been taking it every other day or so with my other supplements. Just in case. I don't know. And I take multivitamins. Mature multivitamins. This is made for, they say, people who are 50 plus. Because it contains more calcium than other multivitamins. And when you look, like before I bought this multivitamin, I looked up what are the best quality multivitamins. Because I just don't trust every motherfucking thing. And this was one of them. Kirkland. Anything Kirkland made is good. This is why Kirkland is like the brand of Costco. Costco don't have no bullshit products on their shelves. If it's a company, food company in Costco, best believe it's quality. They only carry certain shit in Costco, and Kirkland's one of them. So these, I mean, you don't have to be 50, but I would suggest this for anybody. This is Kirkland Mature Multivitamins. It's made for older people because of the calcium reasons, and they add extra calcium and shit. So I take this, cod liver oil, this, and I eat salmon. I don't need nothing else. I'm good. My knees, my joints, everything is good. He said Diva Sups. I never heard of that, Veganista. Diva Sups. Oh! And I take this. Because from the food, when you're working out and stuff, we really don't get enough protein, even if we're eating the proper foods. You're supposed to get, say if you weigh 200 pounds, you're supposed to at least have 100 grams of protein, at least. If you weigh 200 pounds, you're at least supposed to have 100 grams of protein. But sometimes I might not eat that. Say an egg may have 7 grams of protein. I eat 3 eggs a day. Some sardine, and I get protein from meat and steaks, but it may not total up to 100 grams. But I'm not 200 pounds. So technically, I would probably need at least 75 grams of protein. So I add this whey protein It's a big old thing. I've got this from Costco. So I buy a big old one to save money. But in here, I buy hemp protein also. It's green hemp protein. Hemp is a plant-based protein. So I added a whole jar of hemp protein, just poured it in here. So I'm getting whey protein and hemp protein in this one thing. And I just shook it up. So when I take my protein, I'm getting whey protein and hemp protein in one serving. And I'll eat this with a banana, apple, and this in a smoothie with banana, apple, and spinach. Banana, apple, spinach. Banana, apple, spinach protein powder. And I might chop up some avocado and throw it in my smoothie. Because avocado is amazing. Telling you, this is all you really need. I can live forever and live good. Protein powder with hemp powder in it. Some fucking sardines. Cod liver oil. Multivitamin. I'm getting all the nutrition my body needs. Patata vine. You just said egg is bad for your prostate, Chief. Facts. No, that's not facts. And we about to break it down. We just talking and having a discussion. All respect. But we having teaching moments today. I know exactly what I've been researching, and every science book has backed me in my research. I'm a truth teller. Yeah, eggs is crazy nutritious. And you should eat 3 a day. Now, here we go. Let's just go. Continue. And let's just talk about eggs real quick. Wait a minute. Here's a video saying, what if your only source of protein was eggs? Now, I like Dr. Berg. This is Dr. Berg. Dr. Berg is good. But sometimes I'm skeptical of him. So I don't go all in on any man. But Dr. Berg is great with information. But he's a chiropractor. A lot of people don't know that. That's why, but he calls himself Dr. Berg, but people don't know he's just a chiropractor. Which is, he calls himself Doctor of Chiropractic. You know what I mean? So I don't trust chiropractors. If anybody in the medical field was a charlatan and a fraud, it would be chiropractors. If you didn't know. So anytime you listen to a chiropractor, be very, very, very careful. They know the language and they know how to swoon you. They know how to woo you and pitch woo, and they good. But Dr. Berg is a little different, but you still got to be careful. So he's going to talk about what is the best quality protein, and it's eggs. He breaks eggs down. He's an egg maniac. If you want to know about egg health, just type in eggs and Dr. Berg, and all kind of shit will come up.
Cholesterol problems. So if you're concerned at all about eggs increasing your cholesterol and making things worse, you don't have to have that concern anymore. Now, what's so different about eggs versus other sources of protein? The egg is the highest quality source of protein.
See, I told you guys that in the beginning of this lecture. Eggs is qualities of protein. I think an egg has every single amino acid, whether it's essential amino acid or non-essential amino acid, if I'm correct. I may be wrong off a little bit, but an egg has every amino acid in it, I believe. But listen to him.
Other than breast milk, okay? It has virtually every protein.
Wait a minute.
The egg is the highest quality source of protein other than breast milk, okay? It has virtually every nutrient that you need, and its amino acid profile is complete. The nutrients and amino acids are very vital.
So when you guys start researching food and nutritional value, start Googling amino acid profile, right? And when I say beef liver is the most nutrient dense food on the planet, look at the look at the nutrient profile, and you can find I'm gonna put some links in the description when I finish, but it breaks down everything a certain item has in it. And a lot of things aren't even mentioned, but when you see the complete profile, you'll see, oh, it does have this. Oh, it does have that. But listen to him.
Virtually every nutrient that you need, and its amino acid profile is complete. The nutrients and amino acids are very bioavailable. The waste product for eggs is so minimal because you're utilizing all this great protein. So eggs are number 1. Meat is number 2, dairy is 3, and plant-based protein is low on the list. In fact, the protein you get from plant-based sources is actually pretty poor.
See? Plant-based protein is not a quality protein. That's all I'm saying. It lacks a lot of shit, although it's still protein. And when I was debating Polight, this is what a lot of you ignorant people didn't know and understand. That's why he thought Polight won. And he was just freestyling. I was dropping straight facts, as we'll see later on.
Unfortunately, as much protein you get from plant-based sources is actually pretty poor. And unfortunately, as much as you hear on the news about everything shifting to plant-based, that every man, woman, and child should be a vegan, you have to realize that the studies are observational and there's so much political bias going on right now regarding plant-based, away from real science. And of course, the attack against red meat is big time. They put it in the same category as processed meat, and even of the same caliber as like sugar and refined sugars. So here you have this.
So he's trying to say a lot of y'all have been brainwashed by food politics.
Meat that we've been eating for thousands and thousands of years. It's just not just nutrient dense, but if you're consuming something that's grass-fed, grass-finished, you're getting it.
Hey, Patah Divine, I thank you so much for that. See, I'm very thankful when people... I can have a super chat now if y'all didn't know. So, I'm very thankful of anybody giving me a penny. You understand me? It just shows appreciation. So I appreciate that, Patah Divine. Dude, at my last live, somebody sent me $50. And if you're listening, I so appreciate that. You know what I mean? Yeah, so thanks a lot. But we're going to get into it. So, Patah Divine, I'll address that a little later. Because I got to pull up a link for that that gets into that extensively. But I've heard that before, but it's a little bit misleading. So it's probably, I guarantee you, it's information coming from a vegan. I guarantee you that. So when you're looking that up, look up who's telling the information, and 90% of the time it'll be a vegan. So like this guy, Dr. Berg. See, I fact check people. So you can put in a doctor's name and put quack next to it in Google. And a lot of these people be on a site called Quack Watch. Or you'll see them expose a few times. So some people have tried to expose Dr. Berg, but it was always a vegan. So because I didn't trust him, I had to research him. Because I don't trust chiropractors. I don't trust a lot of people. You know what I mean? I want the truth. I don't want to be misled. So I got to check you out. You may be talking some high power shit like he's doing right now. That doesn't mean you're right. That just means you can easily fool me. So let's continue.
A very high source of protein that can greatly help you, not just with your muscles, but repair the proteins overall in general. Sometimes people think about proteins as just muscle, but you have all the enzymes in your body, the different metabolic pathways are all protein. A good portion of your skin is protein. A good portion of your bone is protein. Your immune system,
is protein. So when we're trying to replenish or repair proteins, we need sufficient proteins in a bioavailable source that our body can really use efficiently. But eggs are at the top of the list, okay? One egg will give you 7 grams of protein and virtually every single nutrient. It may not give you all the vitamin C, but it will give you the B vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K1 and K2, omega-3 fatty acids. So it's just packed full with nutrients. Okay, so other types of protein are just like muscle protein, but egg is a very unique source of protein because it's not just...
You see what he said? And I had to learn this, is different proteins have different quality. So he said eggs is not just a muscle protein. You know, proteins affects bones and other. He said it. Another, I'm just saying it's a complete protein.
Muscle protein. And there's a lot of amazing things and additional factors that can help your health. One being something called sphingomyelin. Okay, what is that? Well, that's a compound that can help prevent plaquing in your vascular system. So if you're still hung up on this idea that eggs might clog your arteries, actually it doesn't. It actually prevents the plaquing of your arteries. Choline, which is a really important nutrient that can help prevent a fatty liver. In fact, if you're deficient in choline, you will get a fatty liver. But choline is also necessary for a healthy brain. And choline is a really good antidote to high cholesterol. Okay, lutein and zeaxanthin.
You see these micronutrients he's mentioning, Mr. Patah Divine, prevents some of that stuff. But it's another one I've heard in more detail discussing the prostate thing. But you have to kind of follow and listen to qualified people, and just it's just research is a funny thing. You guys just have to be careful, even as a researcher. You know what I mean?
There are 2 compounds that greatly support the macula of the eye. That's the back part of the eye. And the macula helps you with central vision. It also will help to act as a filter for UV radiation, as well as filtering blue light. So there's a thing called age-related macular degeneration, and these 2 compounds can help prevent that condition.
It's funny he says that, macular degeneration, because when I first started working out, once I start breathing real heavy and I get tired, my right eye would go out, like I'm going blind in my right eye. I don't know what the fuck is going on with me. I'm going blind in my right eye every time my heart rate gets up to a certain thing, right? But it doesn't do it no more because I've added certain things to my diet. And I'm thinking some of these macronutrients may have helped that eye problem.
Then we have something called phospholipids. What's that? It's a combination between lipids and phosphorus, which is a great anti-inflammatory.
Dr. Heathcliff, you're the GOAT, boy. Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable, so thank you. So thank you. People get tripping on off of, no, I love $1, $2, 50 cents. It don't matter. It's all love. Matter of fact, I'm more appreciative for $1 than I am $20. Because I know that's somebody trying and at least has some kind of care and say so. You know what I mean?
It's very important in building your cell membranes. And then we have the protein egg. So people have been confused about the egg whites and the yolk. Okay, they think that all the protein is in the egg whites. But did you realize that if we compare per 100 gram of the yolk versus the white, the yolk has 16.4 grams of protein per 100 gram, and the white only has 10.8 grams of protein.
Yeah, back in the day, people used to be against the yolk of eggs and think that it causes cholesterol issues. But no, it's good fat, good cholesterol, right? So eat the whole egg. The yolk is more nutritious than the white.
per 100 grams. So per weight, the yolk has more protein. Not to mention it has so many other things that are essential for repair and even preventing something called sarcopenia, which is a age-related muscle loss condition. In fact, I'll put one study below that compares consuming whole eggs versus just the egg whites. And it demonstrated that if you have the whole egg, you have better results with post-exercise repair and muscle building. So if you're trying to build muscle and you're just doing the egg whites, you might want to do the whole egg. The other thing I want to mention as a side note is, what about just, drinking your eggs raw? Well, the problem with raw eggs, and I'm not against it in certain amounts, but raw eggs have a protease inhibitor. Okay, that means that the enzyme that helps break down protein is inhibited, so you may not get the full benefit of that egg white. Not to mention, you may develop a biotin deficiency if you have a large amount. And so this
also, plus, you're just drinking raw eggs. Sometimes it could carry a bacteria or germs that could be killed by cooking, by heat. You know what I mean? So I never fuck with raw eggs.
Compound is kind of nullified when you heat the egg, when you cook the egg. And the best form of an egg I would recommend is something like an over easy egg, where the egg yolk is runny, okay, but you're cooking the white part. But even if you scramble your egg or you hard boil your egg, you're still getting a lot of benefits. So I don't want to get too far in the woods with the cooking methods of an egg, but I will say that at this point, realize that eggs in general are super, super healthy.
Yeah, I've done the research on that too. I had to wonder which is the healthiest form of a cooked egg. And basically, sunny side up was, but barely. I mean, it's not like no huge difference. You get what I'm saying? So it's irrelevant. Just eat eggs the way you like them. Don't try to say, okay, I'm going to do a sunny side because it may contain more. Yeah, I mean, it's very slight. So it really doesn't make a big difference. You know what I mean?
Especially if you want to get a high quality source of amino acid. There's even some data on certain compounds in eggs giving an anti-cancer effect, as well as an immunomodulation effect, which can help regulate your immune system. So the idea of consuming eggs as your primary protein source, it really, the only drawback I see that it has is nothing related to health. It has to do with maybe boredom and making your foods more interesting by adding different protein sources. But if you were just to consume eggs as your primary protein source, you would not only increase your health, but you would probably increase your digestion as well, because eggs seem to be very easily digested for most people, unless you have an allergy. So realize that eggs only have 7 grams of protein, right? So depending on the size of your body, how much you weigh, how much muscle you have, your age, really will determine how much protein you really need to replenish those amino acids. So less than 2 eggs a day is not going to cut it, okay? So maybe if you have 2, 3, 4 or more eggs per meal, now we're getting to an amount that your body really needs to satisfy its requirements. Since we're on the topic of eggs, if you haven't seen this video, okay, on chickens, you might want to check that out. I put it right here.
All right. All right. That was some great info. That was some fucking good info if you were listening. Now, somebody asked a question. How many centurions are vegans, I wonder? Now, I've seen some replies, and only a vegan will reply, hey, veganista. Only a vegan will reply and try to say yes to that. Like, I've looked for it. I've never met, I can't find any people in their hundreds who were vegan. Not one. Now, if you can, I would love to see that. Maybe in the comment section, Veganista, post a link. But nope, I haven't seen. I've actually looked, and I couldn't see any centurion 100 years old. I couldn't find it. If you found it, great. Send it to me. Put it in the comments or something. I would like to read about it. But your oldest people eat meat. They be drinking milk, canned foods, all kind of shit. Most older people love canned foods. You know what I mean? If you're 100, you've been eating a lot of canned foods. Canned foods was the way back in the day. You know, and they had to pack it in cans and preserve it. I mean, a lot of times they didn't have refrigerators, and it's just the way they was packing back in the day, all the time. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. This was Pata Divine's question. I don't want to be here all day looking for this video that explains that and debunks that. So I'm just asking you, Pata Divine, look into that a little more deeper. It's more than likely a vegan stating that. Or they're talking about maybe some overconsumption of something. I'm not sure. And you're welcome, Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable. You are so welcome. Okay, so next, let me just see. While y'all looking at me, let me just look and see if this last little video is ready. Okay. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to play this last clip. And it's just me ragdolling Polight. I had Polight on Stupid Street. And he became a goofball because I embarrassed him. But if you was watching that debate and then looking at the chat, you would be confused. Because you would be getting influenced by a bunch of anti-science fuckboys. Now, everyone who's science-based said I destroyed Polight. Until I fell out with them. Then they got to acting like Polight won. All this information I gave tonight and all these facts, Polight is against all of them and didn't know any of it. And I'm going to show you just how I ragdolled him. And when you have a debate with somebody, you have turns where you present your information. You have rounds. We had 3 rounds. No, we had an opening argument, 3 rounds, and then a Q&A. I presented all 3 rounds. I had it lined up. This is why I never lost a debate. My first one was about protein. My second one was about iron. And my third one was a mix of the nutritional value of milk And I didn't speak on intermittent fasting because I had no disagreement with it. I have no problem with fasting. I don't know why Polight was pushing me to debate him on fasting. We both agree on fasting. It's great. But he was searching for something to argue about because he just got body slammed and didn't know what to do. And he never presented on his 3 times. And niggas are so big time groupies and cultish, they didn't even realize that on Polight's 3 times to present, he never did. All he did was cry. Each 3 times he cried, and why my chokehold was so tight, and made up fake arguments, distracted y'all, and deflected to some bullshit. And y'all let him. And because you guys are fascinated by big words and pontificating niggas, you got thrown off. Stupid. What's November 1st? Naps. Oh, you're no vegan, Petard Divine. Okay, cool. See, Veganista, you didn't even listen to me well. Then you need some fat. You need some cod liver, sister. You said cardiologist. Cardiologists deal with the heart, and they're an actual medical doctor. I said chiropractor. See? Oh, man. Everything is about listening, comprehension, and self-honesty. If you say, I'm going to be honest, regardless of my beliefs, I just want the truth and I'm going to be honest. And then you listen and you're honest, that's how you change. That's how you change. So, November, Polight ended up getting an extension again till November 1st is when Polight's next court hearing is, right? Now, I came on the stream, SANETER hit me up for a debate because I was wanting to debate on the topic, and I wanted to debate Minister Inky. I wanted to spank Minister Inky in front of everybody because I exposed him in his website before. SANETER says Inky don't want none. He's scared. I said, get any of them goddamn so-called health gurus. Any of them. Just like I always do. All scared. Muhammad, Ali. What's his name? Fake Dr. Ali Muhammad. Scared. Inky. Scared. Blue red pill. KT the arch degree. Scared. And Polight got some fucking balls and called SANETER and said he'll take that debate with Chief X. I said, cool. So I came on SANETER to destroy and body slam Polight, not to be his friends. As you see, we began to argue. And it got heated at one point. I'm not going to show that. But we argued and it got heated at one point. Fuck Polight. It's always been fuck Polight. While these other niggas like Garfield and Ankh calling him his boy and he's the GOAT and all this old dumb shit. I don't mess with fuck boys. If Polight beat his case and wanted to come on my platform to do an interview, I'd be like, fuck that nigga. Hell no. I don't give a fuck about no little punk ass views. I don't sell out for views like these niggas. You ain't gonna never see me interviewing Tariq Nasheed and kikiing with him. And matter of fact, Tariq Nasheed live in L.A. If he seen me on the street, we probably gonna end up fighting because he's gonna sweat me about some shit. Because I've been banging on his ass for years. And this nigga gonna sweat me. And we're gonna be in the street fighting. Yeah, me, 5'6", he's 6 foot. We're gonna be getting down. Y'all gonna see a pit bull on a St. Bernard. And I hope somebody recorded. Okay, so let me play this last video and show me ragdogging this pedophile Polight that y'all love. Same nigga that was saying 5G causes coronavirus. Tariq Nasheed was saying that shit. Yeah, oh yeah, when both of you niggas, Tariq Nasheed and Polight, when you niggas gonna apologize for all them motherfucking conspiracies about the Nipsey Hussle murder. As you see, you were wrong, and I was right. Both of you niggas disrespected Nipsey Hussle and made it into a conspiracy for attention. Pathetic. Fuck you both. Let's do this. Now, here goes the debate, right? Now, let me say this. This debate on my channel got 4,500 views. On SANETER, this debate got 92,000 views. So what I'm saying is 100,000 people watched this video. 100,000 people seen me spank Polight. Although most of them out their mouth was thinking he won. That's just how anti-science the black community is, the conscious community. That's just how gullible the conscious community, that's just how uneducated the conscious community is. They don't listen. So let's listen. Now, I was saying the same shit these doctors were saying in these other videos I played before I'm playing this 3 years ago. You niggas is just now finding out now.
In the building.
Oh, we live right now?
Yeah, we live right now. And Brother Polight, we got Chief X in the building.
Oh, we live right now?
Yeah, we live right now. I want the people to see the flip.
Okay.
I want the people to see the coin flip. And you already see what the title is. The title is Chief X versus Brother Polight. Meat versus plant-based diet when two worlds collide. Now, you already know Chief X been going on the rant. Going at the, the holistic health and the teachings and saying a lot of things is not right and exact.
You goddamn right. Chief X was the only one correcting the health conscious community, health community. I came for Dr. Sebi in that bullshit. I couldn't have y'all walking around here dumb like that. Because I cared. Nobody else cared like Chief X. I couldn't have y'all walking around thinking a man can cure lupus and sickle cell. I couldn't allow you guys to walk around and talk that dumb shit in front of me. I couldn't allow you to think that you can change your blood pH by drinking some fucking water. I had to tell you that your blood pH, everybody listening to my mouth right now, that everybody's blood pH is 7.4. And there's no way you can change that. I don't care if you drink a gallon of Coca-Cola, your blood pH is still going to be 7.4. If you drink a gallon of alkaline water, your blood pH is still going to be 7.4. Sebi was fucking wrong. He was dead wrong. And this is what the conscious community followed. Let's go.
He challenged Minister Inky declined. He challenged his brother Polight. Polight accepts the challenge. Polight accepts the challenge, family. So I would like for my brother Chief X to open up with about a good minute or a half to let the people know what's going on. Why is this discussion important, brother? Talk about it. Introduce yourself. Let the people know, brother.
What's happening, fam? This is Chief X, the God best reincarnated, I call myself. And, my platform, I always say I'm kicking this common sense science. And just a real brief 1 minute, just to open up about myself, people who don't know me. I consider myself a pantheist, right? I'm a Pan-African. And started off, my jump started with the Nation of Islam. Started studying with the Moors, then Hebrew, Orthodox Islam. Then I landed into studying ancient Egypt and met Dr. Ashraf Kwesi. I've been a truth seeker, not following any organizations for the last 15 years. So that's just a little bit about me. And this is a wonderful.
What about your background in health and stuff like that, brother? Don't you want to drop that?
Right. I have no degrees in health or biology, but it's a topic of mine that I study a lot and do a lot of research on because it's important to me. And me being an ex-athlete, I used to wrestle high school. So health topics have always been very important to me. And this is a pretty simple topic. Plant versus meat, iron and protein of meat and plant. So it should be light work. Let me get my daughter's mic. She came to visit me for a minute.
All right, so my brother Polight, it's on you, my brother. You got a couple of minutes, a minute and a half to talk about why is this important and why you accept this challenge today, my brother.
I definitely accept the challenge because this conversation can only be enlightening for the people. And there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to health, when it comes to being plant-based, choosing a plant-based diet. And by plant-based, we mean we're also including herbs, obviously. We're also including vegetables. Obviously, we're including fruits, obviously. And I say obviously because sometimes there's so many sects or factions of healthy people that you can get confused based on their criteria, where some people will eat eggs. I don't suggest you eat eggs, right? Where some people eat dairy, cheese in general, milk. I don't suggest that. So hearing my brother being again.
You hear Polight, he said he don't suggest you eat eggs. In other words, Polight has subpar information than me. My info's superior than his. My info's correct, his info's wrong, as we'll see. Let's go.
Against fasting, for the most part, being against the plant-based lifestyle as a priority, being against getting our proteins from plants, getting our iron from plants. This needs to be rectified. And this is a common conversation. This is a common issue. And what I will be doing today, I was told we ain't going to do the PowerPoint thing, and that's okay, because I'm doing this kind of on the fly.
Well, you could show slides if you want. Chief X had some slides.
Pause. Just let me hip you. He said, I was told. He's about to start crying already because he can't prove anything he says. So Polight's game is he just wants to freestyle off the head and razzle-dazzle you. He don't want to show anything because he cannot show anything that disproves what I've said or what I will show. So he's saying that's why he said I was told we're not going to have no slide presentation because he doesn't want one. You got to listen and pay attention.
That's ready.
Well, I'm cool. What I'll do, I'll just tell people what to look up for the most part. If it suffices, I'll find a slide or something. But the beauty about health is that we don't have to get too much primaries unless we're going into a real deep discussion about it. And every discussion about health to the average person is deep because the average person is not taught this, having relied on the school system to teach them. So having said that, this is going to be intermediate for myself and my brother here. I see as a neophyte. This
nigga called me a neophyte. Baby, he trying to clown me already. I'm a neophyte. Ain't that a bitch?
On his discipline, based on his grievance. Neophyte, yeah. I don't believe he knows enough to have this type of conversation or has the right to formulate certain opinions about the subject matter we have before us. Because to take the side he's taking on is the greatest hint that he doesn't know enough or he's not equipped enough. So what I expect him to do is most of his points of contention will be in conformity with the mythos of most meat eaters who have been taught by government sponsored, not saying.
So what he's basically said just now is most of my information is going to be science-based and going to be proven. So he's trying to lead you before it even gets started to do not believe consensus, do not believe science, do not believe any of that. Believe me. And you niggas fell for that shit.
He's a government. Most of his points of contention will be in conformity with the mythos of most meat eaters who have been taught by government sponsored, not saying he's a government agent, not at all. And I'm just saying that because other people say this stuff. Government sponsored programs with agendas to employ depopulation. I will not be going into speculations when I get into the health conversation. I just want people to know that we are.
So when they say to employ depopulation, these are fear-mongering tactics to tap into your emotions and think someone's trying to kill you. And if you listen to him, he can save your life because they're trying to kill you and depopulate. And I got the answer. This is what he's saying. You stupid fucks.
A different people. And by us being a different people, we have to understand we have a different genome. And by us having a different genome, we have to take in consideration that what may be good for another race of people may not necessarily be good for us.
Stop. Let me let you guys know right now that all humans are 99.9% alike. All humans need vitamin C. And vitamin C acts the same way in a Samoan that it does in a Russian, that it does in an Asian, that it does in an African. All the vitamins and minerals act the same and do the same thing no matter your race, because all humans are 99.9% alike. So he's trying to separate this and make this a black power thing and be careful. It's fear-mongering bullshit and tap into your emotions bullshit so you can be on his side and be like, yeah, Polight, yeah, they trying to kill us, yeah, yeah.
Because we have a different epigenetic line that we come from, all right? And so we may have adapted to eating the non-corresponding foods that are not indigenous to the lands that we're from, but it doesn't mean that it's not.
Pause. That's a Sebi, Dr. Sebi teaching. That you eat what's in your environment, which is true. You eat what's in your environment. But Sebi used to teach that races need certain type of food, different food, because they're only how's the way he couched it? What's in your environment is good for you only. It may not be good for nobody else. That's what he was basically trying to say. But that's a bunch of bullshit. Salmon is good to anybody, no matter where you live at.
Not impacting us negatively. So we need this conversation every day of the week. And I'm glad that this brother is here to participate in this, because this is a great teaching moment, as I'm very ecstatic about having this conversation to perpetuate the teachings of my master teacher, Dr. Sabi.
All right, so family.
I told you all these niggas are Sabaites. Him, Blue and Red Pill, Minister Muhammad, Dr. Inky, all these niggas is children and students of Dr. Sabi. The master liar, the master fraud, the charlatan, the nigga who raped the black conscious community out of all kind of money, the nigga who caused death because people stopped taking their meds, listening to some fuck shit, and people died. Sabi, the one who has blood on his hands and should be imprisoned. He passed away, rest in peace. But that nigga deserved prison. Y'all don't know. Trust me, people died listening to Sabi. And you're responsible for them deaths. Polight too, all these niggas responsible for niggas being unhealthy and dying.
I hope we are all ready. You already see what it is. I'm going to give each of you brothers 8 minutes apiece to speak. Brother Chief X, you got the floor first. Now let me lay down the rules. There will be absolutely no interruptions. And please put your mic on mute, Brother Polight, while the brother's talking. If he say anything that you didn't say, please wait for your turn to respond. Do not cut him off. And the same with you, Chief X. If Polight say something that you say you didn't say, wait for your response when it's your time, and you can address it. I will give you about a good 2 minutes extra to address that before we even go into your time.
Now, let me just warn you. SANETER had to beg me on the phone not to go into any other areas or subjects and try to clown Polight. Don't try to expose him. Just stay on this debate topic, please, Chief X. Don't bring up nothing else, please. Because he know I was on Polight's ass for all these frauds and scamming. And he know I wanted to, and I was going to add some of that shit up in there. I said, okay, SANETER. So I stuck to my promise because I promised him that. But it was contentious. Oh, we can't stand each other. Even here, we couldn't stand each other. That's why he took the debate, because he thought he was going to get a chance to embarrass me. But it backfired, because he was dealing with Chief X.
All right, understand both of y'all?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so without any further ado, Chief X, your time starts when you start talking, brother.
Okay, cool. Chief X back at you. And just for clarity, Polight mentioned and said that I was against plant-based diets. I was against fasting, and that's not true. I told people earlier, I have no problem with vegan or vegetarian diets. They're healthy. Why would I have a problem with eating good fruits and vegetables and getting your nutrition? I have a problem with the misinformation about veganism, the misinformation about vegetarianism. Okay, now to be clear to the public, this debate title is always key. The debate title is...
I had to make sure you guys understood the debate title. It's key. Just so you know, people need to stay on topic. And that what I'm saying is 100% on topic. Okay? Because I knew Polight wanted to go off topic and freestyle about all kind of other bullshit and try to razzle dazzle y'all. So I reared it in and let you guys know what the topic was. And I'm not going to keep interrupting, but here we go.
Always key. The debate basically is about plant protein versus meat protein. Plant iron versus meat iron. Remember that. because we're going to stay on topic. Plant and meat, iron, and protein. So let's go. I'm about to share my screen, SANETER.
Right, hold on. What I want to show you is right now. All right, I didn't know you was starting now, so we're going to start your time right now. We're going to start this over and start your time like right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so was I not heard?
Yeah, you was heard. Go ahead. We starting your time right now. Go. It's on.
Okay. So to be clear, this discussion is about plant versus meat, protein, and iron. Is a vegan diet best or meat diet best? Okay, let's be clear. Plant versus meat, iron and protein. Which one is better for you? Okay, see, I come with facts and not opinion. He called me a neophyte, but as you will see, this will be light work. And before we came on, I told SANETER this is going to be child abuse. Okay, so let me share my screen real quick because this is real basic. Okay, protein. I'm going to discuss plant versus meat protein. And we're going to be clear. I hope people can see my screen.
We see it.
Okay, protein is important for growth and development, and is also one of the 3 macronutrients in food that provide calories or energy for the body. Each gram of protein provides 4 calories. What is it? Protein is found in foods from both plants and animals. So yes, you can get protein from plants and you can get protein from animal sources and dairy sources. But one is better than the other, and I will show you. Protein is found in foods from both plants and animals. Protein is made up of hundreds of thousands of smaller units called amino acids, which are linked to one another in long chains. The sequence of amino acids determines each protein's unique structure and its specific function. There are 20 different amino acids that can be combined to make every type of protein in the body. These amino acids
Pause. I'm not going to keep pausing, but you see where I said it has 20 different amino acids. That's the only thing he argued the whole debate. He said there were 22. Now, there are 2 extra ones, but they consider them like hybrid amino acids that they're really not spoke on. But there are 9 essential amino acids. But he chose to nitpick and debate me on if there are 20 or 22 amino acids. And distracted y'all, deflected, and changed the whole argument. And here y'all is. I'm like, yeah. Stupid asses. Stupid asses. Let's go.
To 2 categories. Okay? So with proteins, you have amino acids. You have essential amino acids, and you have non-essential amino acids. Essential amino acids are required for normal body functioning, but they cannot be made by the body and must be obtained from food. Of the 20 amino acids, let me close this out. Of the 20 amino acids, 9 of them are considered essential. You have non-essential amino acids can be made by the body from essential amino acids consumed in food or the normal breakdown of body proteins. Of the 20 amino acids, 11 are considered non-essential. Where's protein found? Protein is found in a bunch of food: beans, dairy, eggs, grains, meats, nuts, seeds, seafood products, soy products, etc. Okay, let's get to the meat of what I'm trying to say. Bear with me, my computer's a little slow because I have so many screens up. Here's where we kick it. This cannot be refuted. This is facts. I'm not giving you my opinion or something I think. I'm giving you the reality and the science. You have complete proteins and you have incomplete proteins. Bottom line. Complete proteins, let's read about complete proteins. Complete proteins contain all of the essential amino acids in adequate amounts. Animal foods such as dairy products, eggs, meat, poultry, and seafood and soy are complete protein sources. What that said was meat and dairy protein are complete proteins. Listen, incomplete proteins are missing or do not have enough of one or more of the essential amino acids, making the protein imbalance. Most plant foods, such as beans, peas, grains, nuts, seeds, vegetables, are what? Incomplete protein sources. SANETER, if I owed you $100, you want your complete $100. You don't want an incomplete $100. You want all your money. So what you want is a complete protein. If I gave you an incomplete protein, I would only give you $50 instead of $100. This is common sense. How much time I got, SANETER?
It's right there on the screen, and you can see it at the bottom of my screen.
Well, I'm sharing my screen, so I can't see it.
Okay, I showed it to you.
Okay, cool. Let's go. So, complementary proteins, we don't need to get into that. It's a little extra. I got 2 minutes. Okay. So, plant proteins are incomplete. Meat and dairy proteins are complete. This is common sense. So let's move on. Oh, this computer's slow. So let me just go off the head because I got like 1 minute left, I believe. I can't see the clock. But I eat meat, okay? I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables also. Also, I take moringa, the most nutritious plant on earth. But if I'm giving something to a child, I want to give them complete nutrition rather than incomplete nutrition. Polight can use big words and say everything he wants for this next 8 minutes when he go. But he has to deal with the fact that plant protein is incomplete and that meat and dairy sources of protein are complete. There's no way around that. If he says anything different than this, he is lying and making up something. I concede my time, SANETER.
All right, thank you, my brother, Chief. Right now, my brother.
Oh, that nigga is shook. That was a first round knockout. Polight is shook. The nigga is biting on his damn shirt. He don't know what to do. I had to show because he didn't want to show any sources. He didn't want to show anything. That he just want to freestyle and talk and hope you believe him. He can't show anything to combat what I'm saying. Now, the only thing I did learn later on was hemp seeds is complete protein. And quinoa is. Now, I knew quinoa is, but I just didn't say it. So the only time a vegan gets complete protein is if they eating quinoa or hemp seeds. And the only time they get complete iron is if they eat a plant called purple laver. If you're not taking purple laver, you're not getting complete iron as a vegan. That's why vegans suffer from anemia. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Polight biting his shirt, scared. He just got body bagged. First round knockout. It is really anything. The debate is basically over at this point. But we're going to hear him scramble and deflect and talk about, oh no, and cry about there's 22 instead of 20 amino acids and make up a fake argument. And oh my God, he just gets to going crazy and erratic. Here we go.
Brother Polight, it's on you, my brother. And let me reset the clock so you can see it. I told you, I think y'all both need 10 minutes, but we'll see how this round go, and then we can help it up 2 more minutes. Brother Polight,
hold on.
You know, it will start as soon as you ready to go in.
Okay, hold on. I'm just pulling up the flyer. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Once I pull up this flyer.
Right, it ain't started yet.
Just watch how childish he gets because he can't win. Watch.
I got you.
Oh boy. This is hilarious. Hold up. Let me just get the flyer real quick.
Yeah, you know, I want all my essential amino acids, not just half of them. And I only can get that from meat and dairy.
All right, Chief. Okay, you gotta put it on mute, Chief.
Oh my goodness, these people are the best. Where you find it?
Put it on mute. Put your joint on mute, brother.
No, it's okay. He can keep talking himself into a hole. I actually like the fact he's talking. Yo, you cannot microwave information, man. You gotta stop doing that. All right, there we go. I'm building it up as we go. Boom, here we go. Let me just put this flyer here. Boom. Change the size.
So basically, let me tell you what he's doing. Polight had no information to combat anything that I said because it's all facts. So what he has to do is change the argument. And what he does is type his own words and shows that on the screen. He shows his own words in his deflected argument he concocted and put that on the screen. He never presented his case of why plant protein is better than meat protein. He never did it.
Come on, Polight, let's get it.
I'm ready. I just had to get the flyer off the internet.
Okay.
All right. To make that my first slide. Because we want to control the narrative. But I don't mind. I'll go the direction of the narrative he want to go.
We're going to start when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready. Where's the, I got to find the screen where we're doing the live. I'm sorry, hold on.
And for the people that's watching, y'all can also...
Pause. Did you hear him say, because he wants to control the narrative? Now, that's why I told you he's trying to change the narrative. The debate has a specific topic that the participants stick to. Period. I'm not trying to control no narrative. There's only one narrative, and we're both supposed to speak on it. He never proved plant protein was better or more amino or anything on the topic.
Look down at the bottom of the screen, and y'all will see the time also. The time is moving. It's at the bottom of your screen, so y'all can see it as well.
I'm looking for the damn... Oh, there we go. Okay, hold on. Yo, I think you need to send me the link again. Hold on. The hell? I might have closed the window where I could share my screen.
We are here. Like, we see you. All you gotta do is open the window.
Let me read.
See, Polight's not even prepared for this onslaught. He's shook and nervous right now. When you sit across from Chief X, you're going to be shook. When I debated Jabari, I'm the only one who gave him competition and beat him. Tell the truth.
Let me just say something to the audience.
Yeah.
Polight can use Wikipedia or anything he wants. The facts don't change. Where you research complete and incomplete protein, it says the same thing. All y'all got to do in the chat is Google it.
Okay, brother. Okay. Well, I'm coming back into this thing again.
All you gotta do, if you can't do nothing, sign out and come back in. Like,
I just did.
okay. You see it? Okay, here you go.
I'm back at it. I couldn't see it.
What about now?
Yeah, I can see it now. I just signed back in.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Yes, I see you. You ready?
All right, yeah. So let's
keep going through this, man. Let's go. It's on you, Polight.
Let's go. All right, 8 minutes. So let me first do this part.
See, all this is game. Polight done this a million times. He knows how to share a screen. He knows how to get going. He's done it, but he didn't think I was gonna come that strong with them facts that first round.
Start the time, son.
Not yet, brother. I got you. I'm gonna do the same thing I did for you.
You can start the time. He got his extra comments in and all that. You can start the time.
Y'all respect the moderator. I got y'all. I know when to start.
Yeah, I can't.
I didn't start right. All right, go ahead. Let's go.
Now, what I want to say is,
and then let me just let you know, Polight made the flyer for the debate. You know, SANETER and Polight tried to team up and get me, but they both got it backfired on both of them. Polight made this flyer for the debate, and made in Photoshop my picture and made me look older, and made himself look buff. Yeah, he started off lying.
Everybody, I can't wait till we get into the question and answer phase of this debate so we can see who really knows what they're talking about. Because already, people, when you source material, you should say exactly what
He crying already. He crying. He ain't dropped shit yet. He been talking for fucking 5 minutes. He said he can't wait till they get into the question and answer period. He says that because he has nothing to show to dispute any of the facts. How did you guys think he won without presenting at any of the 3 times? It's fucking insane.
Sourcing the material from. I can tell he randomly Googled the information. Why? Because he already gave us misinformation. So I'm going to give y'all this. And I made 2 corrections already, and I'm going to show you my screen.
What the fuck is wrong with Googling and information? He's trying to... This is all game and mind games. What's wrong with Googling information? This is some online discussion. This is not no fucking college dissertation. Stop crying and making excuses.
With the corrections. Then I'm going to close out, and I'm going to start talking to y'all directly. Because I was told today we wasn't doing slides. When I got on the phone, I was told we're not doing slides. We just gonna go straight from
Where? Why he gotta show facts? I don't have no facts to show. I just want to talk.
from the head. That's what I was told. Luckily for me, I am the damn slides. I am the book of Eli. So none of this bothers me any damn way. Because I know what to expect. So right here, clearly, this was the flyer that was put out. And these were the things that we agreed to.
I got this nigga shook and emotional. I got Polight shook and emotional.
Is fasting good? This is what we agreed we was going to debate on. I got the actual text. Now,
I'm not disagreeing with fasting. See, when he's stating this, Polight knows we never had any disagreement about fasting. Why would we debate that? He's just erratic and just throwing shit out there for you guys to play with y'all mind.
Have to screenshot the text to show forth and prove what we were supposed to talk about today. I'll do that too. I don't mind talking about animal protein versus plant protein.
Look, he wrote the goddamn topic up here. 1 and 3, meat versus plant-based diet. That's the theme. But the topic really is animal protein and iron versus versus plant protein and iron. It's written right there. Number 1 is fasting. We both agree with that. And I did touch on number 2, which is milk good for us? I not proved that. He didn't even debate that. I mean, like, we'll wait for him to present any fucking thing, regards to the topic. Let's go.
And I don't mind talking about animal iron versus plant iron. I do not mind having that conversation.
Don't mind? That's what the fucking topic is. You don't have a choice.
I do not want to omit the fact we're also supposed to be speaking about is fasting good and is milk good for us? And the theme of the debate was meat versus plant-based diet. This is the actual flyer that's on SANETER's page. This is the flyer that's on my page. These are the terms that we agreed to. I don't know why he's leaving out fasting. I don't know why he's leaving out his milk.
I didn't leave out shit. We had 3 rounds. I took each round to talk about each topic. But he's so erratic and emotional, he's not even thinking. And it's just he got knocked out on the first round. He got chicken legs and shit. He don't know what to do.
Still good for us, but I do concede that we also will be talking about animal protein versus plant protein and animal iron versus plant iron. So again, the title or the theme is meat versus plant-based diet. That is the theme, not plant protein, animal protein. That's it. No, we're not doing that. We're going to discuss these 4 things, whether you want to stand on these things you've been going against or not. We're going to discuss them. All right. Now, let me go into the next slide. I want everybody that's online now to do me a favor and see if you're missing anything. I corrected him twice since he's been talking.
He wrote that and made that up on the fly and changed the argument to how many amino acids. That's not the argument. That's not the topic. We're not talking about how many. We're not talking about there are 2 extra hybrid. In general, the health and science community just states there's 20 amino acids. Sometimes they say 21. And then sometimes they say 22 because there's 2 hybrid amino acids that nobody fucking cares about. But he switched the argument to that.
Talking. First of all, he says that there are only 20 amino acids. That is a lie. That is incorrect. There are not 20 amino acids. There are 22 amino acids. He's wrong. And one of those amino acids...
Technically, there are 9 amino acids and 11... There's 9 essential amino acids, and there are 11 non-essential amino acids. That totals 20. You can look that up anywhere. Any nigga arguing about these 2 extra amino acids is on some fuck shit.
This is created in the event your source for protein is compromised. And I'll explain that later. And that's called selenocysteine. In the event you have the type of diet he's telling you to have, you're going to need this thing called selenocysteine, which is when they replace sulfur with selenium. Because I'm not even going to go there. I don't even want to tell you nothing because I know he's a Google fiend.
He said they replace sulfur with selenium. He's wrong about that. Then he tells you that they are sulfur. Well, just listen.
Probably Googling right now to try to catch up. I want the questions to come to both of us so we can see who really knows what they're talking about, because you messed up, buddy. There's not 20 amino acids, it's 22. Okay? And the 22 amino acids that do exist are 1, selenocysteine is what it's supposed to be called. I'm missing the O, selenocysteine, right? And pyrrolysine. So those are 2 amino acids that are not included when you just randomly look up the information. Another correction I must make. He said there are essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids, but he didn't tell you that there are also semi-essential amino acids. Because he's Googling the goddamn information, and you can't microwave health information. This is only our life we're talking about.
First of all, I wasn't Googling. I was prepared and had everything set up. And if I was, so the fuck what? These are childish arguments.
About people. So let me get out of here real quick. Can you see me again? Okay.
Okay, he just quit. He quit just now. He quit. The rest is just flim-flam talk.
So, what can we conclude? This is completely light too. I told you he's a neophyte. All I gotta do is sit here and listen to him, and I can tell he randomly Googled whatever he can pull up. He didn't cite his source, Because if he cite
This nigga crying. I was straight on the information. I didn't even talk about him not one time in my first 8 minutes.
his source can be scrutinized. And I can tell y'all right now, if you look up selenocysteine and pyrrolysine, what you're going to find out is those are 2 more amino acid groups. 2 more amino acids. And we actually have 22 amino acids, not 20. Okay? So you got to pay attention to that. You have to pay attention to that. This is insane.
This nigga childish.
So listen to that. This is insane. So listen, the reason why this is insane. So pay attention to that. This is insane. So listen.
Childish as fuck.
The reason why you need that 21st amino acid, selenocysteine as an example, it's because when you take in proteins from animals, animal protein.
He about to make up something. He's thinking. He's just making this up. Let's just look, and he's thinking. But you guys ain't wise enough to see through bitch niggas.
Is high in sulfur-containing amino acids. When you take in sulfur-containing amino acids, your body has to buffer the.
He's trying to act like sulfur is some kind of acid and bad, and if you take this, it's sulfur amino acids, and therefore it may not be good. And
sulfur with
wait a minute. But watch this though. Let me just, because you guys don't know no better. But y'all just believe anybody with the gift of gab though. Let me help you out. Oh my God. Because you didn't know why you need sulfur. Your body needs sulfur to build and fix your DNA and protect your cells from damage that can lead to serious diseases such as cancers. Sulfur also assists your body to metabolize food and contributes to the health of your skin, tendons, and ligaments. But you let Polight demonize sulfur. He just made that up because he thought it was sounding cute and he thought it was something that would kill me. Oh my God.
Calcium. Okay? Your body has to buffer the sulfur with calcium because the calcium makes your body acidic.
He made that up. You cannot make your body acidic. You cannot make your body alkaline. Your body is at 7.4 pH. Regardless of what the fuck you eat. If it changes or deviates, you will go into a coma and die. If your pH balance changes from its set course of 7.4, which it needs to be in for your cells to be alive, you will die if it goes up or down. You'll be in a fucking coma. All that Sebi shit about drink this and make your body alkaline is a bunch of bullshit.
I'm going to save some of this information now. We're going to take our time with this information. Okay? So the first thing you got to understand is you need selenocysteine because the selenium is going to be also used when you get, let's say, an example, animal protein that changes the potential hydrogen of the human body. Because when you take in sulfur-containing amino acids that come from animal proteins,
he just made shit up.
The pH is compromised. What else do we need to discuss? We're going to discuss why he didn't mention semi-essential amino acids. The reason why he didn't mention why or what is non-essential and what is semi-essential is because the body can transform some proteins into other proteins, just like it does sugar. The body can take sucrose from a plant and turn it into the glucose and fructose that it needs. Likewise, I give an example. What meat eaters brag about needing is a agenda that's been employed by who? The pale beast, because he needs to eat a certain way. He can take more sulfur than we can take sulfur. So now let's.
I already showed you that's a bunch of bullshit. In the body, we need sulfur. He's trying to demonize sulfur and confuse you.
Let's take our time. First of all, let's remember that he said there's only 20 amino acids and it's actually 22. The two being pyrrolysine and selenocysteine. Let's do that. Secondly, let's understand that you need selenium or selenocysteine. The selenium actually replaces the sulfur part of the group chemically when
lies.
When a person has too much sulfur in their body, the selenium is there to clean it up. And this only happens when you take in when you take in meat for protein. Okay? Next, we have to understand when we're talking about these amino acids, what are the semi-essential amino acids? The semi-essential amino acids are the amino acids that the body can make itself from the original. The non-essential amino acids you actually need from your diet outside. And for any so-called amino acid he says you cannot get from a plant, I want him to name it. And I will show you where you can get it from a plant. And I'll show you where you can't get it from the meat. Secondly, for the semi-essential.
I already showed all that before I even played this debate. If you guys came here late.
Non-essential and essential amino acids. The essential amino acids that he's bragging about are outdated by the time you get to a certain age. So you don't need all the proteins that's on the 20 protein list he got. You do need 22 in general.
He just made that up.
But they are outdated at certain given days and time. I'll leave it like that. So first of all, people, just remember this. Remember this, people. He gave you the wrong number of amino acids because he's Googling the damn information. It's 22 amino acids, not 20. Secondly, he told you there's non-essential amino acids and essential amino acids, but he never told you there's semi-essential amino acids and a distinction amongst the three. He did not tell you that because he did not know that because he didn't have enough time to Google because he's doing this on the fly.
All right, thank you, my brother Polight.
Now, not one time did he make an attempt to prove plant protein or iron is better than meat protein or iron. Not one time. He didn't even hint to the topic. And I'm not going to even waste my time playing the rest of the 3 rounds. It went the same with him being erratic and never making a presentation. Only thing he did for fucking 2.5 hours was cry about why Chief X got me in a chokehold. That's all he did. So, I basically just wanted to kind of start this live stream off with teaching about protein and the and what forms of protein is great. I wanted to make sure people understood that there's different qualities of protein, right? I wanted people to understand that eggs is the best quality protein. I didn't say it's the most nutrient-dense food. That would be beef liver. But the protein that it does carry is a complete amino acid profile. And I want to show plant protein is not a quality protein, although it is protein. You have to understand that. So, what I wanted people to take from this is know that there's a difference between proteins, and there's quality proteins, and there's poor quality proteins. The poor quality would be plants. The greatest quality would be meat and dairy. I didn't touch on iron today, but it's the same thing with iron. There's complete iron and there's non-complete iron. Or heme iron and non-heme iron. So you should no longer be confused by vegans trying to change narratives and arguments, pushing fake science, and we are flooded with fake science, and people can't even distinguish between a reputable website and a personal blog. I had no idea folk who supposed to be conscious cannot distinguish between someone's personal blog and a legitimate website or a legitimate science-based website. Shit's crazy. Vegans got even the best of us confused because you guys didn't stand strong and stay on your ground. You guys forgot that in the evolutionary process for human beings, Homo sapiens sapiens, like us, Homo sapiens, in the evolutionary process, meat is what made our brains grow bigger and made us smarter. Just put in meat in the big brain and you'll see all the fucking science on it. There's no culture that ever existed in the annals of history since the beginning of mankind. There's no culture or group of people or subgroup of people that was raised on a vegan diet. All cultures and people ate meat. Now, the frequency of when they ate it may differ, but they all ate meat. Humans evolved on meat and were meant to eat meat. Matter of fact, fish is abundant and plentiful, and for our consumption, hunter-gatherers always fucked with fish. Most major civilizations started along a major river. The Nile River, the Amazon River, the Niger River, the Congo River. And in them rivers were fish in plenty. It is just a natural progression, a natural thing to kill this living organism and eat it to sustain myself and to curb hunger. Natural. Fish was made for us. Anybody telling you we're not supposed to be eating meat and all this old bullshit, your teeth was not meant to chew and chew meat and all that, it's just a bunch of misinformation, bunch of fucking opinions, and a bunch of brainwashing from a group of cult members. Yep. If your teeth can bite it, your teeth was made to chew it. And dissolve it and break it down. And when you're chewing and breaking it down, and the saliva's working to help break it down, and then it goes down your stomach, your intestines, and then the acid breaks it down even some more. Natural process. Also, let me destroy the myth of food taking longer to digest and that being some kind of negative or bad thing. You know, people say, oh, well, it take longer to digest. As if that's a problem or something negative. Nope. So the fuck what? The longer it takes to digest only means the more nutrient dense it was. Oh, you didn't know that. Also, what digests the fastest is junk food. You didn't know that either. Meat and vegetables digest approximately the same. Some say slight difference with vegetables may digest faster. But it's not no big deal. Who told you that something that's slower to digest means it's bad? Who told you that? And if you thought that, why'd you think it? Well, let's just see. Does junk food digest the fastest? I may be wrong, but I'm such a truth seeker. I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm going to change. Because I might be wrong on this point. Hold on. Hold on. I was right. See, Bobby, oh my shit. Hold on, let me share my screen so y'all can see it. Oh my God. Look. Bam. Junk foods also contain large amounts of added sugar and are high in saturated fats and trans fats. This can cause them to digest more quickly, which can spike blood sugar levels and increase bad cholesterol levels. Oh my God. Look, y'all didn't know that. Chief X had to teach you that. Yep. Junk food digests the fastest. And meat and vegetables, approximately the same. Not a big difference. And even if meat took longer, who cares? Why is that important to you? Yeah, freestyler now. Yeah, I'm freestyling. I finished my presentation. I'm just talking and adding more information. You guys keep it. Hit the like button. Keep it real with me. If you didn't know that junk food digests the fastest, if you didn't know, hit the number 1. Y'all didn't know. Everybody should be hitting number 1. Don't act like Chief X didn't teach you something. Matter of fact, hit the goddamn super chat. Send a nigga a donation for this shit. Y'all didn't get this shit. Y'all did not know this shit. Hold on. Y'all did not for this teaching today. Y'all learned a shitload of stuff today. And don't sit here in front like you act like you knew. Nah, you niggas didn't know. Can somebody cash app a brother for this game he gave you today? I done told you about eggs and how it has the most quality protein. You didn't know that. I told you the difference between plant protein and meat and dairy protein, which you didn't know. I done told you junk food digests faster. You didn't know. You niggas didn't know a lot of this shit. Even after I debated this cat because you weren't listening. Big Dave Blake, cut the cap. Stop it. What see, because I'm not popular. I'm not Tariq Nasheed, so I'm a joke. See, truth tellers are a joke. I guarantee Big Dave Blake love him some Tariq Nasheed. And he don't think Tariq Nasheed is a joke at all. I guarantee you. I guarantee you Big Dave Blake was a big Polight fan. And he's mad I body slammed Polight. I guarantee you that. Well, why would somebody say I'm a joke after giving up this good game and this great nutrition information? He said, when will you have a real debate with Dr. Reggie? Clearly, Big Dave, let me save you, Big Dave Blake. Let me save you. I've challenged Brother Reggie. What did you call him? Dr. Reggie. And he's not a doctor. You see how fuck shit y'all be on? I challenged Brother Reggie to a debate at least 10 different times already. Do you think he accepted? Did any of these niggas accept a debate with me? And I've challenged them all. Chief X always says, bring me your best. Do I not say that? Because all I want to do is have a real debate. I told you in the beginning of this thing, that's why you niggas need to rewind this motherfucker. When you come in late, just rewind it. You don't have to be at the live. Rewind this motherfucker because you missed a bunch of shit. I said I've turned down Chris Harris because I thought he had mental health information. He wanted to debate me. I said, hell no. I've turned down so many Moores, Abos, and all. Ask SANETER. SANETER, what y'all don't know, SANETER has called me to come on and talk about several things with several people. And I say, nah, I'm good. Because I'm not clout chasing like you niggas. I don't need to be on SANETER TV and thinking I'm getting views and that, as if that's changing my life and putting some money in my pocket. Nope, it's not. I don't give a fuck about nothing about that. So I cannot debate. I would never debate anybody who's subpar or has mental health issues like people like Harris dude and all these other crazy nutcases and shit. I say bring me in your best. And to y'all said the best debaters was Jabari and Polight. SANETER had SANETER TV Awards. He gave an award to the best debater, and that was Polight. He didn't even have me in the listing, and I beat the brakes off of Polight. He said, and then he calls Jabari the GOAT. Guess who the two people I debated? Jabari and Polight. Bring me your best. If Reggie wants some, I'm right here. I want it. I've been trying to get that nigga to debate me on non-black Egypt for a long time. These niggas is running around here scared. Let's just keep this shit all the way real. Nobody's gonna fuck with a real truth teller. When a nigga 100% truth telling hardcore, oh, they move these niggas out the way. He's gonna ruin it. He's gonna fuck up the Hotep hustle. We can't sell Abjuwear no more because this nigga don't want niggas. Get him out the way. He's fucking with the money. We can't Hotep hustle with Chief X around because he's killing that shit. I can't sell Abjuwear and shit and sell Caucasian North African clothing to black Americans. If they think the Egyptians wasn't black, they're not gonna buy my shit. Right, Ankh? You called me a bitch the other day. Fuck you, you bitch ass nigga, Ankh. Oh, scary cat. When we was kids, they used to say scary cat. Ankh's a scary cat. Ankh don't want none of this smoke. I didn't challenge Ankh to 20 debates. He's turned them all down. Fucking coward. See, Chief X ain't for that fuck shit. We got to remove Chief X. He's telling the truth about the conscious community. He's exposing us. He's exposing our heroes and people we look up to like Blue and Red Pill, Minister Inky, Dr. Ali Muhammad, Polight, Jabari, Artie. We look up to these guys. Dr. Phil Valentine, Dr. Layla Africa. We look up to these motherfuckers and we call these people master teachers when they ain't even a fucking teacher, let alone a master. Oh, Chief X is exposing Dr. Ben's phony lying ass. Oh, we can't have him around here. The whole conscious community is upside down when we fuck with Chief X. Remove this nigga. I love it. Oh, I love it. I told you I'm a loner. Not only am I Chief X. Hold on. Wait a minute. And drop the mic. Literally, it dropped the mic. Not only is Chief X the Lone Ranger, he's also still the God Best. Reincarnated. Yeah, I'm crazy as hell. I'm a good crazy. I'm just passing. I'm just here having fun, nigga. Fuck you talking about. I'm still the God Best reincarnated. What you thought this was? Huh? Red, black, and green. Garveyite. See, y'all be like RBG. RBG was just a flag. And the colors representing our flag. Back in the day, we called ourselves Garveyites. Y'all be like, I'm RBG. I said new shit. RBG is just the colors of the flag for Black America, representing Black Americans. And the RBG movement is full of shit. Them niggas is just as dumb and ignorant as the Abos and Moors and Hebrew Israelites and all that other fuck shit. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, the RBG community might be less educated. I'm telling you. Them niggas is Hindus, really. Chakra Kundalinis. They into all that shit. Money, oil, astrology, and all this Hindu shit. And you know what I mean? Lotus birth. And we burning sage and shit. We smudging. We burning sage and shit. Only Native Americans burn sage. Africans never burn sage. They mad because I told that truth. Ain't no Africans. We didn't burn no motherfucking sage. That is a Native American practice. Big Dave Blake said, but he doesn't have any slides. He uses Wikipedia and YouTube when he debates. Come on. Clearly he didn't see this debate. Clearly he's never watched any of my serious presentations. I do nothing but show sources. You just don't follow me. You can't judge a nigga by this. I've never seen your name before. And so what if I use Wikipedia? This is not a fucking classroom. This is fucking YouTube and social media. I'm not in college. I'm not writing no dissertation. I'm not writing no thesis. All we do online in this conscious community is, let's just keep it real. We showing definitions of words and terms and phrases. Wikipedia is great for that. It's basically an encyclopedia and an online encyclopedia dictionary. It's great for showing a definition. What did I need anything deeper for? I need to show you 10 books to explain protein? See, when people when people are getting their ass kicked, they always bash Wikipedia. So Dave got his beliefs debunked. So the only thing he has left to do is attack the source I showed and attack Wikipedia as if Wikipedia was lying and that source I showed was wrong. It's bad behavior, basically. It's bad behavior and immaturity and a nigga crying and whining because his belief got destroyed. I keep telling you, listen to what I'm telling you. From now on, understand this. Anytime any person online, in a discussion or anywhere, bash or attack Wikipedia, that 100% of the time means they're losing the argument. I'm telling you, listen to what I'm telling you. The next time somebody says, I'm using Wikipedia, I guarantee you 100% of the time that person is losing the argument and their beliefs is getting destroyed. So they have nothing left but to attack the source. And even if it's a simple definition that you showed, any kind of out they're looking for to save face. Oh, killing it. Oh, why you use that source? It'd be so hilarious to me. Big Dave, you can get a lot from Wikipedia. Name something you can get something more from. Have you ever been to the bottom of Wikipedia? Where they show all the sources? See, this is where you know niggas hate to read also. Because Wikipedia will state something and have a number by it, and that's where the source is. You go down to the bottom and look it up. If you're not intellectually lazy as fuck. These people are intellectually... When somebody says Wikipedia, don't you bash them, I already know they're intellectually lazy. You know what I'm saying? This is why he can't attack the information and he can't correct anything. When somebody is talking and kicking, like I can simply say, no, that's wrong. Blah, 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 blah. Here's the truth. He can't do that. Because it was nothing but fact spit tonight. So don't embarrass yourself crying and going on like that. I'm trying to tell you, Big Dave. I'm giving you some game, telling you this. Never attack Wikipedia again. Because people are going to know that means you've lost the argument. Stop crying over frivolous shit. That means you're in your feelings. And you're emotional. Now, when people think you got to be having a nervous breakdown. No, you're emotional. Like sometimes people just get in their feelings about a certain thing. You're just, you have a certain, you're showing an emotion about something. When you don't have to. What somebody talking about some meat? No meat isn't undigested. Where do people get that from? Yeah, anything you eat is digested and filtered. Your natural detox system is your kidneys and your liver. Any detox product out there is a scam. Hold on. I didn't hear my cash bill jump off. It's okay to donate $1 to Chief X. It's okay. $5, $10, $100, whatever you feel. I've been giving y'all game for a long time. I barely ask for money. Maybe 1 out of 20 videos I might put my Cash App up. Dave, you got to stop sounding crazy. Right? Now, If I want to know how paper is made from wood, and I just Googled it or whatever, I can't get all the information. Stop lying. I just told you, college professors said don't want people to use Wikipedia because it's like a cheat sheet. And they were talking about 1999 Wikipedia, not 2022 Wikipedia. Wikipedia improves with time because more info is added, more info is fact checked. In 2022, Wikipedia is amazing. In the year 2000, it may not be so amazing. But in 2022, this shit is damn near perfect. I'm telling you. You don't need no 10 books to know paper can be made from wood or papyrus plant. You don't need no fucking books and all that shit to learn some basic shit. We're talking basic shit today. Basic shit is fine for. Get out your feelings and put all that shit in one text and don't fucking flood my fucking chat with bullshit. Type in the word, then type another word, then type another. Don't flood my motherfucker. I'ma block you the next fucking comment you make. Okay, we're done with Big Dave Blake. He's probably one of Uncle Keck's God Killer's friends. Over here hating on a nigga. I mean, I don't know what else to say right now. Oh, I was gonna say. Chief X is so honest and truthful. I used to sell this. It's a cleanser, detox pills and shit, whatever you want to call it. Cleanser, detox. You see, it says power cleanser. I'm so motherfucking honest. I said, fuck that motherfucking cleanser. I'm taking it off my website. Because it don't do shit. And it's a scam product. There's no such thing as a detox product. Unless you're under a medical setting and at the motherfucking hospital because you got snake bite poison in you. If a rattlesnake bites your ass and you get poisoned, or you poisoned by some poison ivy plant and you had to take your ass to the hospital, they have a real detox for your ass to get rid of that poison. This shit I was showing you is some fake shit. All these detox products as niggas is selling, niggas talking about 40-day detox and all that old bullshit, scam talk shit. All that shit is an herbal laxative. All you did was take a laxative and made you have the runs and you started shitting. That's all you did. And in the process, you was removing flora that you needed. I realized that cleanser shit was unhealthy. It was removing shit and flora. And I was watching, what's this shit floating in the water? What is this shit? And I had to learn through science, that your detox system is your liver and your kidneys. Nothing else works. Your liver and kidneys does fine on its own. You can't make it work better. There's nothing clogging your colon. That's a bunch of lies and bullshit. Your intestines are not clogged. That's a lie and bullshit. It's nothing stuck up in your intestines for weeks and months and all that old bullshit. That's lies. Now, you can be constipated. Lack of fiber. And you can be constipated, where you need, when we was a kid, we was young, motherfucker used to get an enema. Your mama would stick some up your ass and give you an enema. You're just constipated. So you need an herbal laxative to loosen that constipation and loosen that stool and flush that shit out. Same shit an enema used to do. All them detox products people are selling, whether it's a liquid or a pill, is nothing but an herbal laxative. If somebody's selling you a product saying detox, it's a scam product. You can easily look this up. Detox is a myth. Detox is a scam. Detox exposed. Just put it up. You can easily look this shit up. Yes, Miss Tiffany, that grass-fed meat, whether it's red meat, pork, cow, is the best meat. Second is pasteurized. But grass-fed, any animal that's grass-fed is producing nutritious meat. Check this out. Oh man, check this out. I been on this Wagyu meat. Also, sometimes they call it Kobe beef, right? I don't be just talking. Trust me. I show improve everything. Have I not shown improved everything today? I showed you my diet. I showed you every supplement I take. I've been straight open. I don't know if y'all can see this clear. It's okay. American Wagyu beef. Gourmet hamburger. Wagyu beef is you can say Kobe beef. Kobe beef is a form of Wagyu beef. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. It started off in Japan, Kobe beef. They had the cattle strictly grass-fed, strictly fed on great shit. And it was supposed to be the best ground beef. And it is. I make hamburger patties with this Wagyu. It is ask my girlfriend. She thinks I'm Kobe beef crazy. But I am. With it, you will have the best tasting hamburger you've ever had in your life with Wagyu beef or Kobe beef. It is no more quality ground beef than what you see in my motherfucking hand. Vons sell this brand. You can't even find Kobe beef anywhere at most places. Wagyu beef or Kobe beef. Buy some and you'll see. So, as I've been on a body transformation mission, and a lot of this stuff I've been learning. My lady calling me. Let's see what she wants. Hey, baby girl. Why I can't see you? Hey, sugar.
Hi.
You got your bonnet on in the bed, huh?
Yeah, you got your hat on in front of the computer. That must mean you
What-
acting up.
That's what I'm doing. What am I doing right now?
Acting up.
Acting up where?
Probably on the live stream. What's wrong with you?
Oh, everybody can hear you. That's why, because you were telling the truth.
I know. All right, call me later.
All right, baby.
Bye.
She said I'm over here cutting up. She know I'm crazy.
Man, I was just talking about this when I was recording my podcast.
That's one thing about this lady friend, right? Like we've been together like 5 years, right? Never had an argument. Cause you know what I mean? Why? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm a relationship expert, by the way. I don't care no more about a woman talking about they love me. Give a fuck. I've been loved by 100 women. I don't care about you loving me. I would prefer that you understand me. Once you understand a person, it's smooth sailing. This is like the first woman who just understood me and let me be me. Let me be fucking crazy. Well, I'm not crazy, but she knows I'm just wild and have a sense of humor and I'm passionate and shit. She don't fuck with me. She lets me be me. Like every other relationship, sweat you about every fucking thing. She don't sweat me about a motherfucking thing. Everything is peaceful. Or maybe because we don't live together. But I said we ain't moving together until we turn 70 and we just need each other like that. I need each other help. But I just like living alone. I like my peace. I like being in my zone, doing what the fuck I'm doing. And doing what I want to do. I like to be free. And doing my thing. I'm not fucking with you. Don't fuck with me. And that so I don't care about no woman loving me. I need you to understand me. When you understand me, everything else falls in line. When you understand me, then you can let me be me. When you get older, you realize after all these ups and downs and changes and relationships and shit and fighting and shit, at a point you realize you can't control nobody. And you can't change nobody. So you might as well just cut it out. Let people be them. Sit back and observe them. If they doing something you don't like, then hey, get out of it. But all this complaining and arguing and thinking you're going to change somebody, can control somebody, it never works. Never works. It destroys relationships when you try to control and change someone. Me and her have never had an argument in 5 years. And I love it. Well, maybe if we move in together, we might start arguing and shit. What y'all talking about in the chat? Tiffany, who you debating? Let me see what y'all talking about. Yeah, see, all them, most vegans will always tell you, the only thing vegans will always, 100% of the time, try to scare you with cancer tactics. They're going to tell you the red meat and all this whole butt stuff causes cancer. And make you scared and fearmonger you without the science. The over-consumption of red meat can possibly cause cancer. That would be an honest way to say it. Over consuming anything will cause a negative reaction. I'm a science guy. If I thought that me just eating red meat and eating a steak and stuff would cause me cancer, I wouldn't do it. I've researched all this. Me and Polight was supposed to have a discussion about a red meat. I had sources lined up on his ass. Oh, so all that shit is a detox. So what niggas need is also a fiber-rich diet. And that comes from your fruit. So I eat fruits. I eat my fruits and vegetables. This go in my smoothie with a big thing of spinach. So the thing is, you're supposed to eat all things nutritious. You don't put one off to the side. You eat fruits and vegetables and meat and dairy, and you get it all. So I'm filled up with all the proper nutrition on a high level. All the creatine that comes in red meat, right? The protein in red meat, right? The fat in red meat that helps your brain, because your brain needs fat. All that shit. Vegetables, the supplements, fruits, vegetables, meat, dairy, you eat it all. And just be smart. The goal is to get nutrition. Nutrition helps the body. It doesn't matter if you're vegan or if you're just a meat eater. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you a diet that's great I've been checking into. And I've seen a lot of cats. I've seen a lot of men lose stomach fat, get a six-pack. Them cats on a carnivore diet. Them cats on that carnivore diet, eggs and meat, healthy. They lose 50 pounds, 100 pounds. Look at the carnivore diet results. A bunch of cats on YouTube. You can't tell me. People been on the carnivore diet and no longer have knee pains and certain back pains and shit. Man, I'm telling you, when we was in the early humans was always eating meat. Quality meat, and our brains grew and we evolved to be the strong and smart Homo sapiens that we are today. Watch this. Look, let me share my screen on this one, and we're going to finish up. Right here. Right here. It's just telling you. And you can go, PubMed will tell you the same thing. That's a scientific site. I'm just trying to quick. When fire met food, the brains of early humans grew bigger. The salt, because we had better food, our brains grew bigger, and those of our primate cousins, scientists say, early humans cooked, which makes meat and veggies more digestible. Raw vegetables is not as nutritious as cooked vegetables, which makes meat and veggies more digestible and nutrients more available to the body. Certain foods you can eat raw, but certain foods and veggies, when you cook them, it makes the nutrients more available and more digestible. Meat has always been great for the human ancestors. If we never ate meat, we wouldn't be as smart as we are. We wouldn't be as strong as we are. Okay? Let me see what this one says. This one, somebody said, fat. You need fat. That's what I said. You need fat. Your brain needs fat. Fat, not meat, may have led to bigger hominin brains. The brain needs fat. That's all we know. And meat helped our brain grow. That's all I'm saying. Just reading some comments. Them African tribes ain't too healthy, sis. I'm sorry. You said Mashika, raw meat eater. Did you just change your name or what? Mashika, raw meat eater. Look how big and healthy those African tribes. You know what? Now I'm gonna tell you this though. I would try to eat some beef liver raw, but a guy gave a good tip, right? Because most people, even people who are eating liver and know it's healthy, don't like the taste of liver or the smell, right? But we just force it and eat it because it's nutritious, right? But one guy says what he does is freezes the liver. And what does he do? He makes pill size cuts of raw liver, right? And he freezes it. So he'll just take the frozen thing like a pill or whatever and swallow it water. So he's not really tasting anything but something cold going down. So I guess it begins to dissolve and stuff when it's in your stomach, so he's still getting the nutrients, but he ate it in a frozen form. It's just funny. Yeah, a lot of people used to eat raw meat. I agree. Yes, Carter C. Goodson says, long as we eat and work out with intention towards what we're striving for, we're good. The problem is gluttony. Yes, gluttony can cause a cancer. The problem is gluttony, one of the 7 sins, they say. The problem is gluttony and not being conscious of what we consume and how it affects us. Let me start putting some comments up here, right? Oh, Tiffany, thanks for saying that. Thanks for... So... Tiffany says, that's what I'm saying. I didn't see what else you said before. I'm just seeing this one comment here. That's what I'm saying. Japanese are healthy, sure, but they aren't athletic like that because they eat less meat. Interesting. Japanese, I'm understanding, is mainly, you would kind of consider them pescatarian. A lot of them have a pescatarian diet. So, they'll eat fish or seafood and not other meats. Now, they say Japanese and some Asians have the longest lifespan, which is true. I researched who has the longest lifespan, and it was the pescatarian and some Asians. So it was like in the middle, right? Some pescatarian Asians. right? And I said that's because they pescatarian. Maybe, I don't know. But the Japanese is the one who developed this Kobe beef. Hey, it's a Japanese thing. Also, I find out that countries with the richest soil. You know how a lot of people used to think Africa soil is rich, and you know, Nigeria has some good soil. Uganda, but majority of Africa soil is horrible. I used to say things you can spit a seed on the ground and a tree would grow. But I was wrong. I didn't know a lot of that shit is dried up. You know, places that has less rainfall has a less fertile soil. A lot of areas in Africa don't get as much rainfall as other areas. The best soil is American soil. I had to research that. I didn't know. California has great soil. California is considered Mediterranean, rather. A lot of the fruits and vegetables come out of California. San Joaquin Valley, great place to grow agriculture. The best agricultural area to grow in is San Joaquin Valley in California. Australia soil is great. Africa soil is horrible, except in Nigeria and Uganda. Makisha raw meat eater. So this is what you got to do. So you always have to remain unbiased. So you'll have veganistas. The veganista chick, she'll say meat causes all kind of motherfucking cancer and no good shit because she's vegan. So she goes to the extreme in her convo. So Mashika, she's so hardcore. Her YouTube name is Mashika Raw Meat Eater. So her bias is to say cooked meat is cancerous because she's a raw meat eater. She has a raw meat bias. Like, that's why I say, so when somebody asks me the most healthiest live, I say pescatarians is in the middle. So I try to be unbiased, and I don't go with my feelings and shit, right? I try to be as unbiased as possible. Cooked meat is not cancerous, sis. Only a raw meat eater would tell you that. No nutritionist will tell you that. And so you got to understand, a nutritionist went to school for 4 or 6 years to study in their field. We have to say, of course, they may know a little more than us. I can't sit here and say I know more about brake systems than the people who makes the brakes system for my Audi. They're the brake specialists. I just know a little bit about it. All right? It's like I wrestled in high school. I was state champ material, but I didn't continue in my senior year, right? Because I got too cool, right? But even as a badass high school standout wrestler, in no way can I deal with a D1 college wrestler. It would be child abuse. He would just abuse me so bad. So people, you have to give credit and credence to people who specialize in a field. And never think we know as much as a person who specializes in a field. Like, he's a D1 All-American, is an expert wrestler. I was just a great high school wrestler. I wasn't an expert. You get what I'm saying? So, no nutritionist will ever tell you to get some sea moss. Meat is cancerous. See, you know what I mean? So that's just my point. Okay, so I was telling people you have to really listen when doctors are talking, all right? You have to listen. When the doctor was telling you about eggs, he was telling you that eggs have choline and then certain other macronutrients that will fight against certain ailments. So a lot of micronutrients will fight against this, what you think is correlated to diabetes and cancer and heart disease. When I tell you cod liver oil has properties in it that are cancer fighting, then you forget that and stay on this belief that is pushed in the vegan community. Because you guys are not scientifically literate like you really want to be, or like a science guy. Overconsumption of anything is bad. Just to simply state, eating animals is correlated to diabetes, cancer, and heart disease. It's just not a true statement. It's not a honest statement. It's a biased statement. It's like, I mean, you got, I mean, like, I was just watching videos of centurions. One was a Japanese, one was an Italian, one was big on fish and stuff. They're eating fish, meat, and living to be 112. My grandmother lived to be 90, outlived Dr. Sebi, outlived Dr. Layla Africa, outlived vegan Dick Gregory, lived to be 90 while they died in their 80s. So, y'all just be talking. You know what I mean? It's certain phytonutrients and micronutrients in meats that fight cancer, fight diabetes. Cod liver oil fights diabetes. I mean, like, it's more detailed than you think. It's just not that simple. Health and nutrition is pretty simple subject, but not that simple. Because there's particulars you got to get into. Not these blatant, bland statements. So veganism, like, no, I don't find the vegan community to be that educated. They try their best. I find most vegans, including my ex-girlfriend, who was a vegan, my ex-girlfriend, she was the craziest woman I've been with in my entire life. And I'm not just saying that. I never argued and stressed and went crazy except with her. And I think because she was vegan and she was anemic, and I believe she began to have mental health conditions because of her veganism. Vegans think they are. A lot of them have mental health issues. A person with mental health issues think they're sane as fuck. They think they're sane. But we see them better. No. They're not that educated. If they were educated, they wouldn't tell people to stop eating eggs and salmon, knowing that it's good for you. Or They would know, if they were educated, that salmon, sardines, and beef liver is the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet, and not no fruit or vegetable can compare or even come close as far as a total nutrient profile density. Kale don't compare to beef liver as far as nutrition in no kind of way. Spinach either. No fruit or vegetable can compare to the nutrition profile of salmon. Now, they're healthy vegetables and fruits that may contain about 5 nutrients that are great, but salmon may contain 10 nutrients that are great. You guys have to stop. You're miseducated badly. But again, I'm not against a vegan diet if you're intelligent enough to put the combos together and get some complete protein and complete iron. But you niggas ain't gonna eat no hemp seeds and quinoa every day, so you can't. Oh, man. Now, how to get this shit off my damn screen? Hey, put down in the comments what plant gives you omega-3s in sufficient amount. If you can to do that for me. The plant that provides you with great omega-3s. So vegans are failing with brain health because of no omega-3s and shit. And no fat. Oh, look here. I'm going to tell you this. Look up, just do this on YouTube because I might got to explain it to you. Vegans and mental health. Or why vegans suffer from mental health issues and anemia. Just do that. That's all you need to know right there. DeMarcus Mack, what the heck? Have you not ever... Do you work out? Bro, bodybuilders are obsessed with protein. I mean, obsessed with protein. What are you talking about? This is a crazy statement, DeMarcus. This is just a flat-out crazy statement. A lot of bodybuilders are cutting carbs because carbs is what causes fat. So when you bump up your protein and cut down your carbs, you burn fat. Like you got it like backwards. And maybe 1% of bodybuilders are vegan. If you find 100 bodybuilders, maybe 1 out of 100 would be a vegan. So I don't know why you say most knowledgeable bodybuilders are vegan. No, what are you? Oh my God. Hey y'all, I'm out of here. Y'all be good.